Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the street.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamus Report. And I want to say happy Father's Day to all of you there. Audrey, thank you. Harlan, Visionary of Love, Ayuber, 86 Lio, and all the people have been mentioned. I want to say welcome to the Afridamus Report. Make sure you hit the like if you haven't already done so, and also share. Ladies and gentlemen, today there is something, going around in the, in these YouTube streets, because as you guys know, some are gonna come here as usual. They would say, "Oh, Afridamus is obsessed with us. He talks about us." But if you notice, every single topic I handle here, every video that I talk about, it has something to do with Africans. So, Africans want to hear an actual African break this down, especially a man with that knowledge. So for most of you that are watching me, whether you are black, white, or whatever, these things that I'm about to lay in front of you, many of you have the real concept and understanding of, the requirements of travels, what visas are about, nationality, pretty much you know that you cannot make up your own rules. But there's a group of people, and I've been saying this, people, didn't quite comprehend it, but more and more people are beginning to understand what is at play. Because you see, when you try to go into the world, right, and try to change or get people to change rules just for you, that is not equality. You do realize this, right? That means you are asking for you to be elevated above everyone. So if they don't do it, they are haters, they are inconsiderate. But if you take the mirror and truly take a good look at yourself and look at the requirements in the world, you would realize that this is not just upon you, it's upon everyone. So there's this topic going around. Some of the quote unquote Pan Africans have jumped on this topic. And I know for a fact, some of them, right? In fact, we have a video from King Gander, and we have a video from, he did this compilation, which every Pan African you want to hear, they are in this video. So in this video, what are they talking about? So recently, the Kenyan president is talking about, uniting Africa. Because you see, within Africa, to travel to some of these countries, it requires visas. It requires visas, right? Because it's different countries, different nationalities. So the Kenyan president, as you guys know, they are fighting for this, Africa free trade. And what does that mean? It means Africans can travel, from one country to another within Africa, without visa requirements. That's what this means. So this has nothing to do with skin color whatsoever, right? So I'm not going to keep you waiting. We are going to go straight into the topic. But to give you real context, I would play the speech of the Kenyan president. And then we would come out, like I would break it down, make sure we are on the same page. And then we would go back to the Pan-Africans. Let's look at how they interpreted what the Kenyan president is saying. See, sometimes I don't know what it is, if it's just plain old narcissism, or I'll be a conspiracy theorist here for a second. Some of these things are not normal. No. Because I can understand if you were like in the hood, you've never traveled, you never had a passport, then I can understand, having the fantasy that other people, just having the type of fantasies we're seeing. I can understand that. You could be like, all right, this person is going to learn. But if you've already traveled, if you've caught that plane into international spaces, and you still don't understand how travels work, that's a problem. Because there are people, these Pan-Africans, they are saying that, remember, they said they are going to Africa to invest. But they want everything to be free for them. They have entitlement. How can you be an investor when you are looking for free handout? How's that possible? Ladies and gentlemen, let me play this video. I'll be right back. Okay? Hello? Hi. I am doing well.
I have today informed my brother, President Goulet. From today, it is now possible for you to travel to Nairobi and Kenya without the requirement.
What kind of car do you have?
Then 2000, I think 2008 or 9, it's a Lexus.
Remains of man were found That means all of us, from wherever you come from, the origin was in Kenya. When you come to Kenya, you are coming home. And it is not fair for anybody to be asked for a visa when they are going home. You agree? Let me give you an example. Traders from Djibouti selling to Kenya, or traders from Kenya selling to Djibouti, have to look for US dollars. How is US dollars part of the trade between Djibouti and Kenya? Why? And we are saying that today, Afri-Exim Bank have given us a mechanism where traders in our continent can trade in their goods and services, and the Africa Exim Bank will settle payments in local currency. That is why Kenya champions the PanAfrican payment and settlement system that is done by our own institution, the Afri-Exim Bank. Why, members? Why is it necessary for us to buy things from Djibouti and pay in dollars? Why? There's no reason. And we are not against the US dollar. We just want to trade much more freely. Let us pay in US dollars what we are buying from the US. But what we are buying from Djibouti, let's use local currency. Let me also say, I am a very strong proponent of self-reliance. This is why I wholeheartedly subscribe to the principle of African solutions to African problems. We must exercise our full capacities and work with what we have. It so happens that these capacities are not modest and our endowments are immense. Unity of purpose.
So, did you guys
And determined collaboration.
Did you guys hear this, right? So this speech that President Ruto, President Ruto just gave here, right? Who is he talking about? Who is he talking about? So this is clearly a message. He's talking about the, Africa free trade. That's why he said from now on, if they are traveling to Nairobi, he's talking about the other African leaders, other African citizens. That's who he is talking about. You see, that's who he is talking about. So now let us go to what the Pan-Africans, what they are making of this. I would even go as far as saying, I'll play the devil's advocate, the conspiracy theorist. So you have people who also heard this. They clearly heard it just like you. There's no part of this that is saying this is for Black Americans, Black diaspora, because countries, policies, that's not how it's ran. Africa free trade, this is Pan-Africanism between African countries. This is countries. They are not talking about the United States. So these Pan-Africans, I think they want to give themselves this free citizenship range to just say, I'm a citizen of Africa. Sometimes I wonder if some of these people are CIA agents. Maybe they are there to undermine this type of African progress in the media. I wonder if that's what their job is. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if this is like a new type of battlefront to mislead, continue, like they use other blackface to continue to miseducate the other blacks. Because now in America, they are pushing harder and harder to make everything be racial. And guess who's in the bottom of that racial war? You guessed it right, the blacks. Because when a black person's, the history of blacks in this country, ancestors came as slaves, the mistreatments, they have to fight for so many things. So who do you think would lose the battle if you make everything about race? Obviously, blacks would be in the bottom of that, because the black population, is black is only what, 12-13%, if even that. So I'm very suspicious. Imagine, this is pretty much almost now like a government policy. They can outright, like blacks, they let them get away with stuff. It's a trap. So this message says nothing about blacks. The blacks are Americans. Why would Kenya, a president, a smart president, make a declaration to say, oh, this is for the black diaspora? What can the blacks possibly bring to Kenya? Kenya is about business and progress. So they are talking about countries. So if you're a black American, you are an American. There's no such thing as, okay, oh, here is the black line and here's the white line. But the way these people are talking, they are enforcing, they are making sure black people literally don't see anything but race. Nothing else but race. But guess what? It makes them illogical, because the moment they open their mouth, what's in their mind about the race thing, you would cut them outright. You're not going to trust doing anything with someone like that, because already this person is illogical. If they're basing things on race, not interest, and not seeing people as people, they would easily be biased with no problem. They can be hypocritical with no problem, because it is justified to say, because of my skin color, I can therefore be biased against people, no problem. I can lie on them. I can be hypocritical, not treat them fairly. So in the back of your mind, you're giving yourself that pass. And then you have others who believe that their skin color should give them privilege. As an American passport holder, even when I traveled to my original country, Gambia, I had to pay the visa fee. When Gambians travel to the United States, they have to pay visa fee, because this visa processes is between countries. But let's just say you are Pan-African. You say you're coming to invest, and because you say African countries are poor, we all agree. Okay, how do you expect African countries to get off their knees if you people are coming, you are asking that everything be given to you for free? Even the visa you don't want to pay. You see, people don't even want to pay visa fees. Imagine that. How many other people did we even hear complain about even the prices in the market? So it's always one thing after the other, one thing after the other. Or maybe these people are on YouTube, like they don't care. They are like, hey, I would make money off of the ignorance of my people. You see, that's what, they would, like, they literally, it's like they go out of their way to do that. So let me show you what King Ganda put together. And he showed this couple who are in Rwanda. Their video is on my radar. And I would do that show for you guys here. It's going to blow your mind. Like, some of these people, they they pretend like they act like they are moving from, like, I'm just moving from Ohio to New York, like just another state. This is why you are hearing these complaints. Everybody, like majority of the world, even in America, we are all on the same board. We, black, white, everybody understands that, visa, to pay visa is between governments. If your government is charging these other citizens coming in to their country paying visa, they also charge a visa fee. It works like that. When Kenyans go to the United States, they have to pay visa processing fee. So when Americans go to Kenya, guess what? They have to pay visa fee as well. But the blacks are saying, some of these people, they said they want special treatment without even saying it like that. They might as well just go ahead and say it. Now they are taking an entire country's president's message talking to Africans. Now they want to steal that and make it about themselves. The same technique, the same tactics being used in America. That's what this is. Sometimes I wonder if this is like a CIA psyop, because this is weird. This is weird. There's no reason for these people to be talking like the way they are talking. There's no reason for it. I just played you Go Black's video yesterday. What he was saying versus what you would hear him say in this video will be different. So I want to ask you guys a question. Those of you that are watching me, because the blacks say they are offended. They get offended when they go to other country, mind you, just because the country is in Africa. In African country, they are considered foreigners. They said that's an insult. They said it's an insult. If I go to Nigeria, I would be a foreigner in Nigeria. So, are the blacks better than me? Are they better than you? So you have to know these people, they have to be gaslighting us. There's no way. Like they are testing the water. Because first of all, like think about it for a minute. You are in another country, but you said your feelings are hurt if you are described as who you are in that country. You are foreign to that land. That is not an insult. But then again, maybe they have different meanings for different things. You cannot force to belong to be a part of a group you are not. Like you just have to let things naturally happen. Like that civil right mentality where you guys say you force the white people to serve you coffee in their coffee shops, hamburger, and I'm sure it's like not every black person went for that, but I'm just giving you the popular picture, because this is that same era these people always quote for you. The sense of entitlement is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So this mentality has been taken to Africa, and let us see how King Gander hijacked this message. Okay, so now the title is African Americans, Believe It or Not. So now this is changed to African Americans got visa-free entry to Kenya. But there is one problem. That's the title of the video. So let me do my disclaimer. I had to rush earlier too, but let me do a disclaimer here. Give me a minute. Here we go. Here we go.
The minister has informed me that somehow some of our officials made you to pay visas to come home. And he asked me to apologize, which I do. When one comes home, they don't pay to come home. And
so he's giving a speech to, this is an African crowd. The Kenyan president, as you guys know, they want to stop using the dollar. So this is sort of a Cold War, as you guys know. So they are looking for more control. So in Kenya, if Kenya can get other African countries to unite with Kenya in this, that would mean Kenya's alliance, being part of the BRICS, dropping the dollar, it would make their position much stronger. But why would, if Kenya is trying to drop the dollar, make this make sense? If they are trying to drop the dollar, they are trying to form strong bonds with people who are going to drop the dollar. Why would they be trying to form that bond with the blacks? The blacks are Americans. Think about that for a minute. Why would, if Kenya, this whole approach is to drop the dollar, to get other countries to join them, other African countries, to make sure that Africa free trade to work. If you are not an African, you don't have a country in Africa, then they are not talking about you. They are not talking about you. If you are an American, they are not talking about you, because you being an American, you're not going to be able to help Kenya. You're not going to be able to help Kenya, because you do realize dropping the dollar, that's like a ding against America. So why would they trust you, an American citizen, to help them, make that a strong thing? Because you say your skin color. So I don't know if they are trying to mislead other blacks that are watching, but I would suggest, leave your emotions out of this and hear different perspectives. Do not just go by don't just go by what they are telling you, or to say, oh man, Afidamus is just being harsh. No, take your time, listen to what I'm telling you right now. These people that are saying this speech was for Black Americans to have free visa to Kenya is misleading. It's not real. It is not real.
I want to promise you that that might be the last time you are looking for a visa to come to Kenya.
So as you saw in that first clip, President Ruto of Kenya has came out with some exciting news, and there's been a lot of videos here on YouTube about it, a lot of talk on Black Twitter, a lot of talk in all other social media platforms that, hey, the diaspora will be allowed to come back to Africa for free.
Did you guys hear this? So I played the Kenyan president's speech, the full one. Even the one that he just played. What part of the speech even mentioned what O'Shea just said? What part of the speech? Yeah, he said diaspora. So this, like literally, these people really think they can just reinvent themselves out of thin air. This is a president. He runs a country. Presidents deal with other presidents, people who have countries. But you are from America. You don't even want to claim America. So under what flag are you going to be heading to Kenya? So how are they even going to? So Kenya is going to say, okay, they're going to create two lines. If you're black from America, you get free visa, right? But with all blacks, people that are called blacks, how are Kenyans going to be able to differentiate when Richard Delosals and others start showing up? Because the idea of black in America, is different. It's different from other places. There are many here that claim to be black. If they go to these countries, they will be considered white or another race. Let's just be real. I'll give you a famous person as an example. Kaepernick. Kaepernick. Come on now. You think if Kaepernick comes up, if it's not because he's popular, but he comes up, you think they're going to be like, oh yeah, come on, you are in the black line. So it doesn't make sense. If you're an American, you will have to pay for visa. He is talking about other Africans. You see these African leaders here? Do you see anyone here in dashiki? No. We over here in America, we're the ones that go, order the dashikis made in China and wear them, except my own. That came all the way from Mali, deep in Timbuktu. Just so you guys know. Okay? So here we go.
And we're talking about the diaspora. We're not talking about the Kenyan diaspora, because the Kenyan diaspora typically is already Kenyan. We mean those people who have been sort of eliminated from the conversation for many years: African Americans, Black British, and Black Canadians. And this has caused a lot of excitement, especially here on Black YouTube, especially in the Pan-African sector. There's a particular channel by the name of The Residential Tourist, a husband and wife. They're also known as the Mohammeds. And they also made a video on the same subject, and they touched on some really interesting points that I felt that you needed to hear today. Let's play that clip.
Okay. So these people here, they are in Rwanda. Have you noticed? Again, there is a pattern here. If you notice, when they come in contact, you notice online, even here, when it comes to West Africans, they just give venom, poison, attack, right? That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do, right? So anything that has their origin, they want to stay far away from it. So they gave themselves this magic wand and be like, you know what? We would just call ourselves African citizen, even though we know our people are from from West Central Africa. They are the only people who got the pass to be able to go to what is it called? To go live in any African country, if they so chose. Any African country. So they are in Rwanda. I have a video of them. They were complaining because they said they are looked at as Muzungus over there. They said they are looked at as Muzungus. So now these people have now taken this to a whole new level. Let's hear what they made out of Kenya's president's speech. This is why I said I think sometimes it's a CIA operation, because these people are, I guarantee you, if we do the background check on him, he might be ex-military, both of them, right? So if you look at it, these people are again, like let's say Rwanda, all these other places, especially Rwanda, the West, they have a little beef against them. So I'm just playing the devil's advocate and throwing this out there. What if that's the case? So these people, if they say they want to fit in where their ancestors are from, they could just go to West Africa somewhere. But they went to Rwanda. So let's see how they twist this message.
Be welcomed and wanting to have a place to call home if they choose to come to the continent. This is exciting news for us, for those people. And one reason being, we've had many countries do their returns where they're welcoming Black Americans or welcoming Black people in the diaspora.
So Kenya, be ready for the next year of return. Yeah, let's see all those Kenyan slaves who were taken, all those Maasai slaves, all those Luo who were shipped to America, so their descendants can come right back to Kenya. That's right. So Kenya is going to be doing the year of return. Okay.
To come to the country and just...
So guys, wait a minute. Guys, do you see what's happening here? I know some of you would think I'm being mean, but what have I said that is not true? You are hearing it out of their own mouth. Yeah. So this year of return, so these people are trying to make this seem like you could just throw a year of return party. So yeah, Kenya is going to be hosting the next one. Because as you know, most of the Blacks, their ancestors came from a place today called Nairobi. Don't you guys know? Oh yeah, they are Kenyans. And of course, the moment they start making the advertisements about, year of return, Kenyan style, soon all the DNAs would show up with Luo, and all the other tribes in Kenya, because that's how it goes. That's how it goes. You guys know this. So don't sit here and pretend like, oh, Afridamus, you're just over here making this up. You guys remember 2019? You guys remember this? We were all here for that. So let us continue.
What the country has to offer. But a lot of times when they come, they're just coming to see the country. There's nothing put in place to welcome the people. There's nothing put in place to make a transition easy for them. Or it doesn't even have to be easy, but at least it's something put in place for the person to come and welcome you into the country.
So how much easier do the Blacks want it to be? One time I was at the Wakandan channel. I suggested that because she was talking, oh, the Africans they need to welcome us, blah, blah. And I asked the Wakandan queen, I said, what type of welcoming do you guys need? I said, do you guys want, a drum ensemble to be put together to come and pick you up at the airport, throw flowers, beating drums, spreading out red carpet? And she said yes. She said yes. I said, you know what? I can make that happen for a fee. Believe you me, I would create a special company that would just be entirely their job. When people want to be welcomed as Blacks and received well as royalty, you pay a fee, to the Afridamus Dream Come True company. So when it don't matter what country if you go into even Nigeria, I will find people. My people will be there to welcome you with drums. Put red carpet, throw flowers in your walk path, beating drums, and we will make sure that everyone give me their name. I send it so they can improvise songs for you. So yeah, this is what some of these people want. So this is why I'm not surprised she mentioned the year of return. The year of return.
We've been doing some research. We were researching, and we found out to this date that there's no African country that has put in place a welcoming where anyone in the Black diaspora can come and is visa free for them. No African country has put that in place exclusively. Right.
Did you guys hear this? So they want, welcoming to be put there exclusively, especially exclusively for the Black. Do you guys see this? So you guys do realize I am not making this up. This is how some of these people think. So they know it's a messed up way. They know it's hypocritical and messed up. This is why do you think when I break it down and analyze it, they get mad? Because they truly, not all, this is for people who have this entitlement. So now you can see the problem. Some people that have this entitlement mentality is a self-created problem. So you showed up to a foreign country, you are let in, you live in there, no one is bothering you. How much more welcoming do you need? Like, you came in, no problem. They're like, come on in. In fact, in these airports, they would say, welcome, my brother. Welcome home. This is what they say. Welcome home. You come in. You are in good health. No one's bothering you. But they said they are not welcomed enough. I would like you Africans that live in the United States to write in the chat the type of welcoming you've received from the Blacks when you came to America. Please think about it. They are demanding this from us Africans. So those of you that live here in America, write in the chat the type of welcoming you got from the Blacks while living here. All the free stuff they've given you. Write it in the chat.
Now, we do know that there's between 8 and 10 countries on the continent that made it visa-free for Americans, which is great, yeah. But nothing put in place for the Black American or the Black Canadian, the Black, from any other country. Unless you have that blue passport, then you're allowed to come in visa-free. So that's kind of disheartening because for a lot of us, we're thinking we're coming home. And why do we have to pay?
So, I'm thinking I'm coming home. I think I'm the king of England. This is what I think. That's right. I am the king of England. See? That's what I think. Oh, damn. You guys, you mean I'm not? So even if I think I'm the king of England, even if I strongly believe this, you are saying that doesn't matter? Yeah, she thinks she is coming home. How is it your home if you've never lived there to begin with? You weren't even born there. So just because you're Black, that's it. Now you understand why so many that you're seeing packing their bags and leaving, they're saying they fail. They failed themselves. They created all this thinking for themselves that is not real. Why would one go out of their way to deceive themselves this way? All the hurt and pain you're receiving, you created it. Because you understand the word. Listen to the words she's using. She said, I think I'm coming home. Well, guess what, sister? You are wrong. It could be home if you chose to stay there long. I'm pretty sure they have a procedure. You can make it home. But just because you say you're landing through the airport, that makes it home. That's not how it works. Deuces, thank you for the super chat. And Dwale, thank you for the super chat. Deuces said, USA is using Rwanda and Kenya, EAC, are trying to march with DR Congo to claim part of our land and get our resources. Congo's president rejected them. Ruto, Kagame, Museveni are cons. Pan-African may be agent. Thank you, Deuces, for that super chat. You're absolutely correct. Because, okay, these people here are too polished, to not know the message they are hearing. These are not just some ordinary Pan-Africans. I don't know who they are working for, but something isn't right here. Yeah, this is not your regular old Pan-Africans. We know the ones that are just, they believe in it, but they are just confused. No, these people here are too they are too systematic. They are too much in order. They know what they are doing. But if they don't know what they are doing, then they are the most ignorant people ever. Because the things they are spewing is just ridiculous.
Pay something to come back home. And you don't think of just a visa one time. When someone's trying to move home, you're paying visas and paying for just to have the right to be in that country over and over and over again. And it's not for your whole family, it's per person.
So as you heard right there, the wife, I don't know what her name is, shout out to the sister, but she made some interesting points that, listen, African countries want us to come back. And
which African countries want the blacks to come back? I mean, I know Ghana invited you guys. If you want to come, they would welcome you. But if you guys have a letter or a speech from African countries, any country that is saying the blacks come back, by all means, go to those countries. Show us these letters. So, they play a very good game. It's the liberal book. Just like the LGBTQ people, just look at it like less than 1%. But what do? They would write articles or insert themselves in conversations to say, oh, there's homophobia, we're being attacked. Like they are forcing conversations, even if they are not real. So therefore, it's like infusing yourself in it. So, when you say, oh yeah, the African, like it could be one country, right? But then they will say, oh yeah, African countries, they want us to come. No country is going to be wanting any group of people to come in Africa, people that are asking for free, especially free visa. I don't think these people understand economics. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So let's go.
One, there is no free visa for the diaspora. And you can get free entry into Africa if you have the blue passport. And I can tell you one of the countries in particular, I know for sure, that's South Africa. I know another one of Botswana. That means you can just get straight over there and, you enter in without, visa free. I think Senegal might be the other that I know of. But if you're from the diaspora, most of us are not trying to settle in South Africa. And if you're trying to bring your family, each time you come, you're paying a visa for the kids, right? So let's say, for example, Uganda's visa, which is quite affordable. It's $50 per person. But if you did want to do a visa, that was the East Africa entry visa that would get you into Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania, you're spending $100 per person, which is still not bad. But if you add up the fact that you got a husband, a wife, kids, grandma, something like.
So guys, do you see how delusional some of these people are? Isn't this the same people that say they coming from the richest country, they come in to invest? Think about Africans in Africa, the people they are looking at saying poor. Africans gotta pay visas. Yes, Africans that you're seeing gotta pay for visa to come to the United States, to go to European nations. They gotta pay visas. Europeans coming in gotta pay visa too. Your fellow Americans, just like you, white massa, because you guys think white massa gets special treatment. They gotta pay. People like me, the African American, who was born there, but also American, I gotta pay for visa. Why shouldn't you pay for visa? Why? Why shouldn't you pay? That's my question. And I'm not complaining. No one's complaining. Even the Africans that you might oh, look at those poor African dusty Africans, because they like to say that. The Africans are paying for the visa. And sometimes you pay, you go there, they reject you. You don't even get the visa. You don't get the money. You don't see the Africans crying about this. Because every country you come into, see, most of these people think they can play that game. Like, oh, yeah, the black thing. Oh, like you have to. You can't just pretend and say, oh, I'm coming in this country. And say, okay, I want to do business. For instance, I'm sure there are incentives in place. So depending on the type of visa you're requesting, you can have advantage. But there is requirements. You got to come up with money. But most of these people, they want to bypass that. How are you going to do the business? Where's the money going to come from? Oh, you mean Africa should give it to you? The continent? Because you guys heard Go Black, the video I played yesterday. He said all 54 countries. So that's Africa in general. Okay.
Like that, they can come up to like $700. And let's say if you want to do that 3 or 4 times in a year, that's $2,100 in visa fees, which is very expensive. Secondarily, she talked.
Well, if you are going to the visa is not just few months. Like the visa I got is 5 years. So that means within the 5 years is good. I don't have to pay again. So you can ask for a longer visa, I believe, if you're going to be a frequent traveler. But let's continue.
Talks about there's no really infrastructure for these people like us to come back and get a welcome. There's nothing in set in stone for us, which is right. Typically, the diaspora will be responsible for coming up and setting up its own initiatives for the diaspora. Then the government will come in later and do that. But now, check this out. I want to also talk about this, right? Because Go Black to Africa, who is my brother in arms in this, he made a really good video with some strong criticisms and put some doubt in the game about the initiative that President Ruto is trying to push. I'd like to play that clip right now, and then I want to come back.
So again, so it's like the way they are talking, this is a liberal tactic again. So omitting, I mean, you can lie by omission, right? Or you can pretend. It's called yellow journalism. Like you can use parts of the clip, like some of the words you want to match and make it about you. So they've really made this about themselves, even though Ruto said nothing like they are saying here. So let's hear what Go Black says.
I like Kenya's president, Ruto, who is the newest that they have had here in the last year. And I'm liking what he does. It sounds good what he says. A man who believes in his own faith kind of reminds me of our beloved Magufuli, who passed away here the last couple of years over in Tanzania. Very exciting news, but I believe there might be a catch. And think about this. How is he going to get away with saying the diaspora when you have many of other nationalities who live in your country, especially in Mombasa, where you...
So, Atticus, you're saying that was for Djibouti. Exactly, because I saw the Djibouti delegation, right? So, okay. Now, this is about the diaspora. This is for them. So, Atticus, you better be ready. The year of return is coming to a place near you in Nairobi.
We have a lot of Indians, some Lebanese, even a Chinaman can be probably found there in Kenya. And I wonder what the backlash is going to be. I wonder, how do you even define the diaspora? What percentage of Black can you have in you? Is it somebody who wants to identify being Black? Is it somebody who can say their grandmama, great-great-grandmama, stepfather? How are you going to be able to clarify that a person is a diaspora? Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but these are some things that we're going to have to think about, that even Kenya...
Look, guys, isn't this wild? Like how these guys just straight up fabricated this and made news about themselves like this. Isn't this crazy? They found a way. They found a way to insert themselves in this. Rashid said, Lebanese are not in East Africa. Oh, well, but you know, Togo Black, you know, if they look Lebanese, guess what? They are Lebanese. I mean, who cares, right? So they found a way to insert themselves into this. This is America for you. The American mind is Hollywood. It's Hollywood. So yeah, it's like, hey, I mean, why not? We've got to make this about us, because you know those damn Africans, booty scratchers, sandal wearing, dusty feet. What do they know? Let's just make this about us. This is about us. All right.
Is going to be thinking about to vote. So I wouldn't get so excited. Though I wish that other countries would take note and do the same thing. I'm quite sure there's going to be some stipulations, because he did mention that African Americans, those from the US, Canada, Nigeria, South Africa.
Hold on. Why am I okay? Why didn't they play this video where he's mentioning them? I've looked for it. I haven't found it. If you guys have it, by all means, send it to me. So I have not seen that yet. But if there's a video where maybe he's saying this, I would be more than happy to play it. In fact, I would be like, you know what? The Blacks, I was wrong. You know, my bad. I saw this late. I'm sorry to even doubt that, you know, Kenyan president would say such a thing. But okay, send it to me if you have it.
But even a European in South Africa considers himself to be African.
So guys, you heard what Go Black to Africa said. And again, if you guys listen to this argument, it's very similar to the reparations argument. African Americans have been talking about...
You see how these people are bringing American confusion into African sphere? Mind you, they are black like us, right? They have black skin, but they are not Africans. They are not citizens of these countries. These people are literally hijacking, you know, an African message and bastardizing it. They are literally creating confusion, you know, within our own African things we've got going on, you know. So it seems like, you know, they are going out of these are foreigners, even though they are black just like everybody. But let's be real, you know, they are deliberately twisting, you know, what is to benefit the relationships between, you know, African nations in that region. But in the, you know, now they're saying, oh, they're talking about us, the diaspora, making themselves the most important entity, which is crazy if you think about it.
Especially if you want to use the hashtag ADOS and Yvette Carnell or Tariq Nasheed with the hashtag FBA. Critics of reparations says, listen, how do you qualify who is African American? Because anybody can say, I'm African American. I can have 1% blood and say I'm African American, or 2% blood and say I'm African American. How do you qualify that? Because people will try to do that. Now we're living in
So all these blood percentages, you know, Africa doesn't go by that. Visionary of Love said, to me, You are a diaspora. If you had local citizenship, you were born in Africa and you migrate out of the continent. Everyone else is not diaspora, is just a foreigner with African ancestry. Totally, I agree with you. That's the right definition. If you were born in Africa like me, and I live here now, became a citizen, I am a Gambian diaspora, you know? But if your ancestors have been here for centuries, you are not a diaspora, you are a foreigner there. This is true. All right, let's see. Habibi said, Afridamus report, why for AAs automatically believe, some AAs automatically believe the African diaspora term that Rudo used refers to them. From his speech, he clearly meant Africans who have migrated to live outside Africa. Exactly. That's why I always come and highlight this, because these people, this is not the first time. Even the Ghanaian president, I listened to his speech again. When he speaks of diaspora, he's talking about the Ghanaian citizens. All of our presidents, even our president in Gambia would say the Gambian, he would say the diaspora. He's talking about us. But with this new emergence of these people have come into the sphere and hijack it, you know, and hijack it. So yeah, some might refer to the blacks and others as diaspora is popular. But when these presidents are talking, they are talking to their actual citizens of those countries.
An age where you can say, I feel like I'm this sex and I'm now this sex. Now, obviously, that might not work so well in Africa, but the similar argument is applicable to this whole situation of those people who have been living in Africa. Hey, I live in North Africa. I'm also African. We're in the African Union because Morocco, which has left the African Union, by the way, is in the African Union. I'm Libyan. I'm in the African Union. I'm in the African Free Trade Agreement. I'm a white South African. I'm African. So I should be able to come
with, so again, you see, they are bringing the skin color test to Africa. That's what this is. So so that would mean they are the new white man. They've become the white people they complain about, the ones they say took away their identity and gave them the black identity. So the white man's identity that was given to them, the white man's criteria, now they want to come and want Africans to use that as the marker. That's how they talk. So if you are saying your identity was taken from you, anything else that you're bringing, you are bringing us the identity that was given to you. So that means you are the new white man. You're trying to do to Africans what you said the white man did to you. Because if I've already done a video about that here, like, you know, to say, because he mentioned it, what if a white person from South Africa say they're African? Yes, they are African. You just already, even simply using the country, the word from South Africa, you are validating that the person, that white person is a citizen of an African country, born and raised. So therefore, you know, that makes them, you know, an African, a white African, plain and simple. I know most of you will not want to hear this, but it is the truth. Just like they say, Black American, white American. So that's how it goes.
And get a free visa into Kenya, although I believe Kenya and South Africa already have that agreement right now. But do you see what as my buddy, as one of my friends says here on YouTube, the kerfuffle that we're dealing with? Do you see the problems that are dealing with? And I don't know if Rudo is saying this because obviously it sounds good, and I know he's getting a lot of criticism right now because of the taxation hikes he's been having in his administration. A lot of the social media content creators have been complaining about Rudo and some of his new initiatives. So is this something that Rudo is saying because, you know, Rudo wants to, you know, gain some favor? He's been heavily criticized in his administration in his first year. Is that what it is? Or is it true that, hey, this is going to be the truth, that, hey, people are going to be able to come to Kenya? I have been seeing, though, evidence of what he's talking about. The Africa Free Trade Agreement is something that we have seen Kenya and South Africa. No visa going back and forth, and also Uganda and South Africa. So that's something that we are seeing slowly but surely, but we don't know. How can Ruto prove this? How can you prove if you're black or not?
Oh, sorry. So what I was, sorry guys, I was muted. Basically, like O'Shea is saying a whole bunch of nothing. If you notice, he's just using all different words, talking about Africa free trade, just simply mentioning the Africa free trade. This is between African nations, meaning countries. And guys, by the way, the link is in the chat. Hit the link, come up. This video is about to end here.
In the diaspora to get a free visa to Kenya. I think it would be great. Kenya is an awesome country. The East African community has done a wonderful job in my comparison to what I'm hearing about what's going on with ECOWAS. I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great.
But why is he comparing East Africa and ECOWAS? Like, again, this is another time I've heard O'Shea keep talking about ECOWAS, but he knows nothing about ECOWAS. I think these people just pronounce things that is easy in their mouth, but he doesn't know anything about ECOWAS. He just said, oh, I heard it's better than ECOWAS. Of course, we know everything. Now we know this. When you talk about East Africa or wherever, you have to take a shot at some West African country or the entire ECOWAS. And you don't have to, lie to the East Africans to kick it. Like East and West, the Africans, we cool with each other. That's just how it is. It's not like here in America where this forced beef between East and West. Nah, that's not how we roll.
Great opportunity to explore. But will it happen? I'm not sure. He could just be saying it. He could not. But guys, what do you think in the comments? I want to give a shout out to the two channels I mentioned. One.
All right. So guys, you heard that. So very, very interesting. So, these new investors, they want free, as you can see. And I highly doubt it's a good idea to keep telling a countries that you are there to invest, but at the same time you are online begging them to waive things that cost only $50. That is a problem. So they want special treatment. I'm going to ask the panel here. I see people are here. We will talk about this. Big Warrior and Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus Report. Big Warrior, are you there? Warrior, are you there?
Hello.
Welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you very much.
No problem. So, you're from East Africa.
Yes, I am.
You've heard what Ruto said. So the message, did you hear any part? Maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe I was sleeping when that part came. Was he talking about, free visa for the blacks in America and Canada so they can perform the year of return? Like, which one is it? Or are you just, did you hear that part?
By the way, I was watching that event live.
Oh, you watched it live. Okay, wow. Oh, awesome. So you are very, very familiar with this.
Yes, and I used to live in that country, Djibouti, like 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And forget about me, everyone who was there at that the Djibouti parliament, when they were clapping like, okay, now it is the time for Africa, among Africans, um, to pass their borders free of visas. Nobody was thinking about Canada or America or England, man. Nobody was thinking at that building. And the people who were watching live feed, like me, we were not we were not thinking about the
Are you surprised to hear how
uh,
how
these two
how
gen-
this how this has been hijacked and twisted?
these two gentlemen are very very um, serious of giving misinformation to their own people, and this is sad, man. As a child, by the way, I came from my family were rooted come from the border between Djibouti and Somalia, and the border is like 30 kilometers from my village. Whenever I go to Djibouti, I pay visas.
Right.
We speak the same language. We are all Somalis. But I realized the African countries, they took their borders very seriously. Even
Yeah.
though we are same tribe, but I located east and they are located west, and I'm coming here. We have to pay the visa that is required, and I never ask why am I paying? Why am I paying? This is their land. This is their country. This is their rule. This is just follow it. So I don't understand. But the other thing the president was talking about, this is the first
Oh,
time I've seen it.
you mean President Rudo
Yeah,
instead of
president.
Ruto?
No, I'm not
Jose
meeting
said
my
President Rudo.
Rudo.
You know
Yeah,
that should be a criteria. If they can
yeah,
if they cannot pronounce the name, then they don't get the visa.
just let them
Yeah,
say the
yeah. They
president.
just wait. They're like, okay, since you are black, you're so black, you have the thick African DNA. Now line up over here. They would write the name. You pronounce the last name of the Kenyan president. Yeah. The moment they say Rudo, they put them back on the plane.
Yes. Uh, there are a lot of great trade between Kenya, Ethiopia, Djibouti, Eritrea, Somalia, and if we have a border free, uh, it will be
So
very very nice.
you're saying this is not the advertisement from the Kenyan president for the next year of return, so that all this ex-slaves, all those worlds who were shipped to America, because Kenya, they shipped so many black slaves who are related to the Kenyans now. So
Oh,
you
no,
mean so are you saying they're not going to be having the president wasn't talking to the blacks, he was talking to the
well,
Djibouti people?
if he was talking to the black Americans, definitely he was not talking about someone who has problem with paying $50 for visas. He was talking to people who can invest, bring with expertise, and that could be
Okay.
white, black, Indian, Chinese, no matter what. But
Okay.
that is
So
my take. Yeah, my
so
intake.
what
Yeah.
do you think about the blacks requesting special treatment? They
From
want to be,
Africa,
yeah,
from Africa.
they want,
Then
you
how
heard that
could
lady. They
how
said
could that
they
how
are
could
not
that be
getting welcome.
possible?
They are
How
not
could that
getting
be possible? Afridamos, are we going to make our embassies in America, Canada, Britain, or Europe two lines, a line with the white line, our line with the black line? And
right.
this is stupid. This
Mm.
is they have the best passport in the world, which is the American passport.
But that's the thing. Imagine, right? They see
Yes,
themselves in
they,
those
they,
African countries. Africans line up, they pay visa, they get rejected.
they're rejected and
American
waiting for
passport.
like a month.
These people have like literally, it's like a vibranium magic wand, and they still complain. They said they are disadvantaged. Can you believe
Afridamus,
this?
you are American passport holder. If you want to
That's
go
right.
anywhere in the world,
Uh-huh.
except maybe North Korea and Iran,
Right.
respectively, you only need to buy a ticket.
That's
You will
right.
get the visa at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
But me as an African passport holder, if I'm going to America, my God, they were gonna put you the condition is to go to heaven, man. Forget about money. So why are they complaining about $50? My God. So we are not going to waste our time with this nonsense. But my point is, from the president of Kenya, this is very brave of him saying that we don't need to exchange our trade with dollars. Why should I pay dollar when I'm buying something from Djibouti? That is very good, and the free visa for us is also very good. As it will have,
you mean
it will have
the free visa for the blacks, right?
for Africans, for me as a Somali. You know, there are a lot of Somalis who do trade in Kenya, and they pay visas just like anyone.
Right.
And they are the neighbor country. They are
But
the neighbors. They are our neighbors.
But don't you think, isn't it crazy how, you come to a place, you ignore what millions of people go through. You think your fantasy, is more important than people's reality. Like this literally gave freedom to millions of people not to pay for visa entering this country. How can you come online hijacking this?
Yeah, this is so stupid. And and when you are pulled over by the police, you are going to call the embassy, and we gave you free visa to come. This is crazy, man. This is too crazy.
Well, it starts with free visa, then it will be free housing. Okay, free housing. Then it would, because already some have asked for free land.
And it will be unfair to their countrymen also, the Americans, the non-African Americans, the
Well,
whites.
that's what I'm saying.
It will be
Well,
unfair to them, yeah. And
look,
they may
Blatts
claim
done it.
also to come to Africa and claim there's the home, because if all people come from Africa, so they may claim also home. So where are we going then? Every inch of Africa is being owned by Africans.
Yeah.
Even the empty desert is owned by the by some tribes.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
it's
Let's bring
crazy.
in Kidola. Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus report.
Thank you. Thank you. You hear me?
Kidola, I can hear you loud and clear. So Kidola, you heard the Kenyan president and the follow-up videos that are made by our Pan-African brothers over there in Africa. So do you think the blacks should be given special treatment, visa free? They don't need to pay visa coming to any country in Africa. And also they should set up welcoming centers for them, good infrastructure, make sure when they get there they are welcome, and so they can have free of mind. Because you see, they came from America, a place where people, they were eating pancakes, pampered. That's a hard life. So Kidola, do you think they need special treatment?
I think when the president of Kenya mentioned that when he said that statement, or when he said those things, he was not thinking about Black Americans at all.
Wait, you mean the Kenyan? So Kenya wasn't telling them the year of return, because that woman is thinking another one might happen. She wishes it would happen.
Look, I think some of these people who are being driven by, I don't know, some of them they are agents, and some of them are big agents. They are undercover agents. So you cannot just trust all of them.
You think some of these people are CIA, psyops, trying to, create confusion?
Let me call them ADOS agents. Because, let me just call them like that. Some of them, they don't have emotions towards Africa. It's not their birthplace. It's not where they grew up. Look, the ancestors can be from there, but they're not really. But they now are not really from there. You have to understand, these are people that grew up in the United States, the nuances, the lifestyle, the hidden secret of United States is in their fingers. So you have to. So let's go to the Kenyan man. The Kenyan man have nothing in common with year of return. He's not saying I'm giving special. Look, it's one American passport. It's not
Right.
two American
Well,
passport.
that's the thing. Like, why are these people constantly going online, knowing that the world does not operate in terms of the
Two,
color of skin?
yes,
You from a country, you have a passport. It has the name of the country where you come from. So why do you keep insisting to try to put this message out there that you, because of your skin color, you guys have special treatment? You're separate from the white man when you have the same passport as the white man, like everybody else.
yes,
So you see, now you're beginning to see the problems in America, what
yeah.
like even the white man have to face.
Ruta is just looking for expanded business trade. Look, the black Americans have nothing to offer to Kenya. Before the white people that are coming there, the Europeans, the Americans coming there, those are the ones bringing more investment. You understand me? So the black Americans have no, they can't even run safari. If you check some of this YouTube, you see Kenyan guys with their white wife from America or Britain or Germans. Sometimes have this uh, travel guide agent that run these safaris and all those things. The black Americans, they can't do that. You understand? So Ruta is not thinking about anything far away from African shore. You understand me? What he just talking about, he want to expand more trade with Tanzania, with Somali
Djibouti,
or Somaliland, with other East African countries,
Congo.
especially with Congo and other things. That's what he's saying about that. Ken's your home. Come and he's not talking about come with your $2,000 and be looking for handout or welcome home. You can stay anywhere now. Okay, go and rent an apartment there. Okay, you want to eat ugali? Go eat ugali. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's not talking like that. This is a total different ballgame. You know, when Ghana man said, "Come back home," yeah, Ghana is ready for your return. Come back home. I think the Ghana man over exaggerated. You understand me? And the black Americans in Ghana overblow it also. Oh, you're of return. And the internal Ghanaians, the local Ghanaians see it as, oh, source of business. And you're all
You know what I think? I think these people are just, especially that couple, they putting that out in the air,
oh, those
because
guys,
I'm telling
those,
you, they
those
want, they
couples are
think
agents.
this is, they think they can, they want to create another fake year of return, and this time in Kenya.
Yeah, put it in the president's mouth to say, okay,
Yes.
Look, Kenyans are, we're all blacks, we all look almost the same, but Kenyans are not West Africans. Any black American that's in Kenya, they will see you neither as Nigerian or Ghanaian or Gambia or some of these West African countries. So they will never see you as they know themselves. A Kenyan man, not a Tanzanian man. You understand me? So I don't understand this kumbaya. Oh, Uganda. Oh, yeah, you can be there, but you have to understand this. Uh, what you are doing in West Africa, you can't do it in East Africa. It's a total different ball game. They don't have the sentiment about slave trade or a slave Atlantic trade because their own is for the Arabs, the
Well,
Oman.
you see, now the blacks are saying they are from East Africa.
Yes, they can be South Africa later. You saw me. They can be.
You
They
see,
can be.
now they are from, now the you see, American royalty. Now the blacks are going to be saying they are. See, they are trying to do the year of return in Kenya, and once they started, you know what's going to happen? All the DNAs would be showing Luo, Meru, all these Kenyan tribes would, all of a sudden you would see blacks talking about, I'm a
Afro-Damas.
Luo, you know?
Afro-Damas. The people that form the white people that form United States, they know where they're coming from. They know they are part of. They're French, they're British,
No, but do you put
and
it
they're the
past
Williams.
them? They didn't you hear when some of them said they were Indians?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I don't. You see, it's very look. The West Africans
Or
can manage.
sometimes they are Egyptians.
Okay, see the West Africans can a little bit tolerate them, but the truth of the matter is every little thing some of these leaders are saying, they just think, oh, oh, they're thinking about us. Ruta does not give a hoot about you people, where you people coming from, you Black America, because he doesn't have any business. It's not in his head or mindset to think about Black America. He's thinking about how to pay his Chadama debt. Debt. That's what he's running around for. You understand me? When you start hearing him, oh, we don't want to trade in dollars, it's all political. It's all political. He's not getting the dollars to pay the China man.
But how many? Okay, what? How? Well, is Ruto? Do they want Ruto to create free housing for them in Nairobi? Because Nairobi is expensive.
The Mama have the Mama. Look, the Mama are different. The Mama doesn't know nothing about Black Americans. Look, when Obama was the president of United.
Wait, you mean the blacks did not train the Mau Mau and inspire them to? Remember, I played the video. Go Black said they freed
the Mama people have nothing to do with the Black Americans. The Kenyans, the closer to the Kenyans are the Tanzanians and the Somalians, are part of the Somalians. You understand me? You see, the Kenyans suffer from the Arab slave trade. Some of these Kenyan descendants are in Oman. Any black man you see in Oman that is wearing those long dress, they are from Kenya. Go to part of Turkey. There are some black slaves there also that were Iran, Syria. These are descendants of Tanzanians and Kenya. They're part of India. You understand me? If you go to India, so the Kenyans know where their people, where these people took their people to. So the West Africans and the Central Africans highest. What I mean, the South African highest because of those South Africans came to Ghana when they were doing that gold digging there. That's why the slave. That what really happened to Central Africa. It's not like the white man went to South Africa to pick slaves. The king of Central Africa shipped some people to do slaves in Ghana. So the truth of the matter, you look like West Africa, you have the nose like West Africa, you are broad like West Africa, your lips like West Africa.
Well, another thing, Kidola, there, someone have a point here that I was thinking, and I've said it before. Like Visionary of Love said, if they are arguing because of their 50% to 100% ancestry were brought to America without their consent, would they give up their British and American passport for the African? That's a good question. Because now if you're saying your ancestors were taken there, without their consent, so and they don't. If you're mixed too, you have European blood.
I think
they're not willing to acknowledge that. Are you going to give up that American passport to return home?
I think YouTube is causing a lot of problem. A lot of problem. These YouTube boys, you understand? They're making a lot of problem from other people. They have to understand when this man, Ruto, or the other guy that left are speaking, they're not eating garlic, thinking about Black Americans. They are more close even to the British who are coming to invest there. I think the Black Americans, what the Black have to do, they have vast white citizens too, who owns big land.
Oh, I know.
In Kenya, landowners, huge lands.
Well, you see, what's gonna happen once they let the blacks into Kenya. They do the year of return. Their next move is to now come and protest against the white landowners in Kenya to make sure that they those racist colonialists have no place in Black Kenya.
The Kenyans will give them that. The Kenyans are business. Kenya is a business center. The Kenyans will not tolerate that nonsense what they try to do in Ghana. You understand me? Ghana is looking for money, so they can just accept anything. The Kenyans are not like that. You can see they're very soft, or very soft-spoken. They can be very ruthless also. When they handle you, you know what really descends on you. You know what I mean? So do all this nonsense they're doing in Ghana, talking nonsense and all this they dare not try it in Kenya. You understand me? So what I'm telling them, please stop giving misinformation. If you have money, you want to stay in Africa, okay, it's okay, come. You can buy a land, stay, build a house, look for the citizenship. If you like the African women where you are there, if you're single, marry one. If you're not.
So Kidola, do you think a lot of them, if they go to Kenya, they're gonna run back to Ghana?
Look, it depends what.
Because Ghana, they've turned Ghana into Accra into Atlanta now.
Yeah, because that's look. Almost Japan. It's like Japan now, because the way Ghana is, because the YouTubers, soldiers of Ghanaians in YouTubers who were trying to capitalize. You see, that's where the scamming came from. The black Americans see a process of scamming. What happened? They jump into it, started scamming their own people, in America. They were all it's like some of them missed the flight to Ghana. They now land in Gambia. Like you see what is going on in Gambia. Gambia now becomes center of all the games. You understand me? Ghana almost looked like Cuba those days before the Castro took over. So some of them miss Ghana, enter Gambia, and almost want to turn Gambia into something else. So in Kenya they can't do that because these Kenyans are far more ruthless. Forget about
Bantu Queen said they have, the Kibera have space for bunch of them. I don't know if they would love it over there, but just make sure that the part for the blacks have electricity and water.
The KS are far more political than the West Africans are after money, so they're not too political. They can look at you like, okay, he's crazy. You understand me? Oh, forget it, he's crazy. But the KS are far more political and far more digestives a lot in time. So they can also be very ruthless also when they want to go after you. As a Nigerian, you ask fellow Nigerians who misbehaved there, what happened to them? Some of them lost their life there.
But Kidola, isn't it weird how, like Blue Jays asking, he said, are they upset that the process is the same for all Americans instead of preferential treatment for them? Yes, they want a special treatment for the blacks, not like across the board for all Americans. No, they are super Americans, like preferential treatment.
They can give the special ice cream then. The Omar ice cream.
You see, Kidola, do you think you can help me find entertainment ensemble dramas in Lagos, so that when some of my black clients are coming to Nigeria, they can go welcome them at the airport and sing songs for them?
After that, I think you can ask Babatunde that married to.
In Gambia?
In Gambia, Babatunde that is enjoying the blessing too much there now.
Thank you. Let's bring in KBM. KBM, welcome to the Afridamos Report.
Hello, and thank you for having me on.
So KBM, I did not know that your country, Kenya, is doing the year of return. What is going on with the free visa for the blacks?
I didn't know this was happening either, and to be honest with you, we do have new highways, we do have a new train in the past 8 years or so, we got to pay that China debt back. So just like in Ghana with the year of return, that was to raise money to pay back some debts.
Okay, but I'm trying to find a video where Ruto, the president of Kenya, is in fact saying free visa for the blacks. Why just the blacks? So white Americans don't get the free visa? Like what is that all about?
Yeah, unfortunately, Mzungus don't get free anything. They got to pay for everything, unfortunately.
So only Blazungus?
Only Blazungus get free perks, free candy, free pop, Doritos if there's any.
In fact, this year, I should work with the blacks to make this happen, because technically, if, I have the American passport, so I would get free visa to Kenya too, because I'm a, black diaspora.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It should go to you, and you're more than welcome to come to Kenya.
Yeah. Absolutely.
More than welcome.
So do you foresee that they are going to be, because the woman said they don't have, centers for them for special welcome. They don't treat, like special treatment. So do you think the Kenyan president is going to hear this message and then, they're gonna start focusing on, putting welcoming departments together for the blacks?
I'm not sure that he's going to go that far into it. He's definitely going to hear this if he hasn't heard it already. I think what he's going to do, he's probably going to give everybody a welcome mat. So wherever their Airbnb is, they could just put it down and step on it and say, "I've arrived." And
Like
and you've been
like
welcomed.
Aladdin.
Yes, most definitely, like Aladdin. That's a good analogy, actually. I don't think the country is in debt, so inflation is high. My wife complains all the time that the flour to buy for ugali is, it used to be like 170 shillings like a year ago. Now it's up to 260. So that's pretty
Oh
huge.
man, so people are selling their souls for ugali these days.
Yes, it's hard to make ugali right now in Kenya for a lot of folks.
Oh man, so that means if someone who cook the ugali, you better make sure you swallow that with pride.
Like gold, more like gold. Like seriously, like if somebody, like if Blazungus want to actually come to Kenya and get the Machoma experience, with a little bit of Mikimo, and then maybe some ugali with some pili pili, we have that for you. You're just gonna have to pay a little more. You're not going to get any discounts, unfortunately. You might get free candy from the government. That's about it.
So you're saying then the last people Ruto will be calling on to come into Kenya will be guests who don't want to pay.
Right. Because basically, maybe there might be a sympathy charity program that might go on for them just for a short time, just to show to the world that Kenya has a heart. And as it is the cradle of humanity. That's where the first man came from. Some will say it's in Ethiopia, but
so in Kenya, so a Caucasian white person gets free visa too.
Right, because we're all coming home to the cradle of mankind, which is Kenya. So I don't know where they got the idea that it was only meant for them. I didn't hear that. Did you hear that?
I did not.
Okay. I mean, like anybody else in the chat, did you hear that? Because
no one did, but
No.
Somehow they heard it.
The sad thing is that we're going to have more people coming into Kenya, just like what happened during COVID in Tanzania. The main reason people were saying that they went to Tanzania is because that was the only African country at the time that wasn't blocking people. They didn't have a ban on coming in, right? So they went there with their $1,000 thinking it's going to last them 3 to 10 years. And what's happened today? So that was 2020. This is 2023, and 99.9% of them have all come back to America. So Mark has found a way to stay there. But unfortunately, this is what's going to happen in Kenya. And unfortunately, if you come to Kenya with $1,000, guess what? It ain't going to last 3 to 10 years. It's going to last you a month, maybe 2, because you don't know anybody that's going to help you find an apartment that's going to cost you $200, $300.
But that's where the Kenyan president comes into play to make sure they roll the red carpet and provides housing for the returnees, because I mean this is a way of Kenya saying sorry for slavery.
Right. But the thing is that the slaves from Kenya, where did they go? They went to the Middle East.
Well, KBM, we don't know when the year of return is announced for Kenya. When, because we have to start, there might be a new DNA company, they might call it the Masai DNA Inc.
That DNA stuff is making a lot of money.
Yeah. So when the year of return to Kenya, gets close, people's DNA would show that they are in fact from Kenya.
Right. So when they go to show up in Kenya and say, "Well, I just found out I got 2% Meru," and then they go to the town of Meru,
we would just make sure we'll be looking at videos, people whose DNAs have shown up few years back, being in West Africa, Ghana. Guys, don't worry, we would be watching. We'll be paying attention, to make sure that people don't skip the line and try to change their DNA. But That's right, 23 and me Masai. Let's bring in St. James. St. James, are you there?
Yes, man. Thanks for
St.
adding it,
James,
man.
St. James, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thank you, man. What's up with you today?
Oh man, another beautiful day out here.
Mhm.
Yeah. But as usual again. So
Okay,
are you surprised that
right.
Kenya now wants to do the year of return? I mean, we didn't hear it directly from the president of Kenya, but there are some people who interpreted the speech for us, even though we did not hear it. But
Mhm.
let's just say, do you think the blacks deserve, they are looking for special treatment? They want to be given visa free and
Well,
also welcoming.
according to the videos, they do. They want a special treatment, you know. And every single day you get a, they don't have this for us. They should have done this for. I mean, it's like every single day, man. It's like some special treatment and in the horizon for them. I'm like, damn, man, what's going on with my people, man? If I can call it that way, like it's kind of embarrassing to watch, bro. Seriously, it's
And what's the
embarrassing.
part about O'Shea saying
Uh,
African countries are calling for them to come back, but they don't put things in place? Which countries are calling?
I don't know which country is calling, but I
I
think
think
the guy's been
Nigeria. It's
drinking.
in maybe Nigeria.
You know, I think the guy has a drinking problems. I mean, I think he talked to himself sometimes. He asked the question and answered him. You know, I don't think he wants to know the answers. You know, I don't see any country calling anybody in West Africa. I don't know any. We are welcoming. We've been that way for forever. It's like, you know, it's open. You know, and America, specifically Black American, they have the best deals. Like you said, your passport opens doors for you everywhere, so you
Right.
don't need to be crying. You need to take the back seat. Come on now. So they have a problem, right? They want to be in the front compared to the other diaspora. Like, come on, man. You got Africans who can't even go anywhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you notice they said they want this treatment to extend to them. So the white people,
Uh-huh.
so white people should pay. so
No, I don't.
so Kenya should practice open discrimination.
Absolutely, I don't
Yeah,
understand. If
according to them.
I was watching the videos and I even talked to someone like in Kenya. I was like, so $50, is that what we're talking about? $50? Is that $50 compared to what Africans are paying to even apply
Go
for
to,
a visa?
Well, it's $51 because the Kenyan government adds $1 for
it's what
This is a
processing fee.
what
joke.
51?
Yeah, the dollars
Well,
for the processing
okay,
fee.
that's expensive.
KBM,
$51.
Yes.
I mean, they don't deserve. The blacks don't need to pay that. They were taken
right.
from Africa. $51. Oh
Nah,
no, I
man,
think you know
no.
what? I think Kenya is wrong for this. $51 whole dollars.
Yes.
51
Come on,
whole
man.
dollars. Well,
Come on, man.
look, they better be charging the white. Look, here's the thing. Here's what the policy Kenya should do. When the plane lands, if they have whites and the blacks on the plane, the whites get to pay for the blacks. That's right. Let the whites pay for that $51.
But you know what's going to happen, right? A lot are going to show up to Kenya watching the video, misunderstanding. And
Right.
And what's going to happen is they're going to be asked for that visa, right?
Yeah, they're
And
going to
they're going to say, but Rudo said. That's all they
Rudo,
say.
exactly. Yeah, because they don't want to take the time. Because there are people who probably they are pissed. Oh, look at Afridamus over here being a hater, creating division. But you're right. There are some who would go there literally believing what these people said, and they are asked to pay the visa. Well, but Rudo said I can come.
It's going to happen. Trust me, it's going
It's
to
gonna
happen.
happen.
You're gonna see it. Soon you're gonna see a video of someone at the airport making a video. Oh, guys, I'm about to pay $51 or whatever. Like, oh, Rudo said. No, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. At KBM in my country, we pay $100 to apply for a visa that you might not even get. $100.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's what
A
I'm
lot of
saying.
countries charge $100.
$100 for just to talk to someone and get denied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like Blue Jay said here, it's such a small amount of money that it seems the real reason is they want white people to be discriminated against. They want revenge. I suspect that. But that is like the world doesn't work like that. I mean, like, because when you get to these airports, they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, white people gotta pay these fees, the blacks free, Even other Africans, if you go to other African countries, you gotta pay if there's a visa fee.
Can I say something about that discrimination against Mzungus real quick? 2021, when I went back to Kenya, we had a long layover in France to get to Kenya because we had to have all the extras that Kenya wanted at that time. You had to have your COVID, and they wanted something else on top of COVID. There was mostly Mzungus on that plane. There was one Kenyan that didn't have all his documents. He was complaining, but there was a lot of Mzungus that didn't have their shit together. Didn't have their stuff together, and a lot of them stayed in France. They couldn't get on the plane because the Mzungus that were working in that airport were telling the Mzungus, this is what Kenya requires right now. So I was one of many that got on, but there was a lot of them that got left behind, and we're 3 hours late.
Well, that's how it works in those countries. I mean, you gotta follow the rules.
Afadamus, imagine that you are in the Gambia, right? And you tell your friend, you over there, you drinking with your friend, and you like, okay, one of my friends coming from America is about to land at the airport of Banjul. Let's go pick him up. And you get there, this guy is fighting for $50. So what you gonna tell your friends, man? Like, seriously. Like, yo,
I would just fighting to pay $51. I would just be like, I'll just pay. I'll say, sir, don't worry. I got it. I got him. But I'll be like, look, man, you're gonna need to pay me back for this.
Absolutely. That's how it's gonna look, man.
Yeah, how are you gonna come all the way to if you can pay $51, you don't need to travel to these countries. I'm just saying.
No, what would be the purpose, man? What would be the purpose if you don't have $51? What would be the purpose of you getting there? So this is the superiority of the African country when we talk about this, right? So sometimes I don't even blame the visitor. I blame the host countries, man. What you guys are doing? Like someone can't pay their fees, man. They're not supposed to be coming over there.
But African countries owe the blacks for slavery, don't you know? The Africans should set up, welcoming centers for the blacks.
After when you got to the state, who welcomed you, man? Who gave you anything? Who gave you anything? Who even, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, well,
let's speed it up, bro. Come on, man. You grown man. You don't need nobody.
But St. James, remember we used to have those conversations where we would say, no, they say, oh man, you dusty Africans, blah, blah. I'm like, no, to come to America, you have to pay fees. You have to have some money. You have to show proof. You don't just, unless the people that cross the border, then that's illegal.
Absolutely. They will even call the bank. They'll call the bank on your bank statement.
Right. So you look at it, Africans, we don't complain about the criterias. We just like, okay, this is the criteria. You make sure you have all of that.
And you may be rejected too. When you put all the criteria, you may be rejected and don't complain.
Right.
Absolutely. We've been through all kind of vetting and we're still quiet about it because we appreciate it. We do appreciate it because this is the way it's supposed to be done. So I don't understand. And when it's on the other side, people are complaining. It's like African been through that millions of gazillions of times in Europe, America, everywhere.
So St. James, when you came to America, you mean to tell me the blacks did not roll the red carpet and welcome you?
Nah, man, this was slippery for me, man. That was like, man, we hope this guy fell, nigga. Come on, man. Oh man, and we took it as a blessing because nobody's supposed to be giving you anything, right? This is like you're a man. You're supposed to fight for everything, you know. Like you come from an Anglophone country. Come on, man. Can you imagine small St. James in New York? Like can't even speak English. I see people coming in Francophone Africa talk about I can communicate. I'm like, man, you spoiled brat, man. I need to go back home. You know, you're an embarrassment. Like, come on, man. I can't be watching this. Seriously? You can't even speak a language? You telling me you're an intelligent guy. You pick a country, you say that's what you want, but you can't communicate with people.
Yeah,
I'm like, God damn.
Like
seriously.
over here, if I see something you don't speak English in America, you don't speak English, you want to speak Spanish, French, all that stuff, I do not respond to you. If you cannot speak English in America, I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Do you know how many times I went to people, I'm trying to speak my little English, and they're like, man, come on, dude. This is America, man.
Yeah.
Tighten up. I'm like,
that's
God
right.
damn, I gotta, man. And Saturday, you gotta do something. Like, I'm like, this is what you gotta do. You got to learn the language first. Then you can try to do what you want to do. Like,
that's right. Tell them to go take an ESL class.
ESL class. You know how much a teacher costs in those kind of countries?
Yes.
With $100, for $100, right? You can have these people can teach your entire family for $100, even sometimes for less. You will speak the language. You don't need the government for that. All you gotta do is ask the people, like, hey man, I want to learn this language. Can you help me with a teacher? They will help you with that. You don't need to go on YouTube talk about, oh, we don't speak the language. We need that kind of help. The government don't have that time.
Have you noticed, besides Mark, I haven't seen, many that live even in these countries. They don't even speak one word of the place they are in.
That was because they think it's a joke.
They're learning Swahili.
You know, when somebody behave like that, you don't need to go in debt with with what they want to do in that country, because they don't see the level of engagement. This is what I do. Like, I watch people, like, okay, the way they engage with the people. When I watch it, I know these people is about to dip in 3 months or 6 months top. You know, they're not serious about anything. They just feel like, okay, I'm here, just walking around and taking videos, and no, it's not serious, man.
But St. James, they said the white people are the colonizers, right? But I know a lot of Mzungus who live in these countries. They speak the language. They live
fluently, man. Fluently.
They speak the language fluently. White people.
Yes. When we came to the state, Alpha Damas, didn't you compete with everybody?
Right.
Did you feel like you were weak? Did you tell anybody, you know what, I'm afraid of the Chinese guy, or I'm afraid of this Japanese dude, or this guy from Vietnam? Were you supposed to say that as an immigrant? Did you?
No. In fact, in my 13th grade classes, most of them is mostly, white people and Asians.
Okay. Did you show weakness? Did you tell them that I'm afraid of you because I come from Africa?
Nope.
You had to compete just like them.
That's right.
To earn your way. But my folks, my Blazungus, they're coming in Africa telling continentals they have to be afraid of white folks, man. What's going on, man? What's going on here?
And also, St. James, you're not allowed to say the good stuff about white people, how they are nice to you. That makes you a sellout.
I guess that how we all have to be sellout, man. I mean, I don't because we have to have something to measure, right? If you want to replace somebody, and I do think you can replace them, but I'm like, we have to see within 5 to 10 years what you will be bringing on the continent, right?
Right.
So if you can't bring it, like, don't talk about it. These people are talking. They don't talk. They bring it. They're bringing it.
James, let me just tell you the truth. The Black American billionaires can't even work with the Black Americans. Their money is not coming from the Black American community. Their money is coming from the White American communities. The so-called Smith, or whatever is his name, called the richest man or something like that, is all making money from Black America. It's producing money, but it's just making money from the white communities also there. So these guys are not coming to Africa. Is these ones that we don't really understand who they are? They're the one running to Africa, but they're not really bringing nothing. Some of them, they are retired army
I think
officers.
they mostly are Pan-Africanism. Those Pan-African who
No, no,
try to.
no, forget Pan African. They're not really Pan African. These are people who are just looking for somewhere they think they can be somebody, but when they come of look, they think they can be somebody in Africa until they're dead. They say, "Whoa, I'm nobody here." You see, Kenya now they want to turn their head to Kenya. Kenya is a very big business center. They don't know if you're black. They don't know if you're white. They don't know if you're nothing. It's all about business, and you respect the rules and the laws there. Finish. If you
Because
are new, you
Kenya
can come there.
Kenya is the biggest now in East Africa, economically, and also it's also is the silicon hub for Africa now. It's like it's also is a business center over there. So Kenya is interested to have people who invest there, not people who YouTuber and
Yeah,
make.
there are not people come and say, I don't have my chips or my lollipop.
Yes, yes,
And no, they're not interested in that. So that's why I
absolutely.
said what they're doing in Ghana, Kenya will not give them. Kenya doesn't have such a space for them. You understand me? Because
Absolutely.
such a space is not really in Kenya.
Well, Kenya better learn to make space for the blacks because they're coming. Let's bring in Adil Ayeni. Adil, are you there?
Good evening. You can hear me?
Hey, yes, I can hear you. Adil, thank you for calling. You're from Djibouti, I remember, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so that speech, are you familiar with it? Was Ruto talking to people in East Africa, Djibouti, or was he talking, inviting the Black Americans? Were those the ones he was talking to?
And the speech that the president of Kenya gave to the parliament in Djibouti was about the interaction with neighbors countries, how we can better work with each other, how we can have a better trade relationship and a geopolitical relationship, and how to resolve conflict in the region. But he haven't speak about other stuff than that.
Like what?
Then these topics that I
Oh,
mentioned.
so the topic here. So it looks like the blacks are saying this visa free is for them because they are black. And also that brings us to the topic which we sense a lot of entitlement. They want, even though they're Americans, American, if the government, the country pays visa, the blacks now they are saying they want to be given special treatment. Make the white people pay, but they should not pay, even though they're Americans. Do you think the blacks should have special treatment just for being black?
And before answering your interrogation, I'm gonna say I'm not even sure the fact that we're gonna have really free visa between each other countries. It's something we need to see. It was a
Right.
speech. It was a
Mhm.
statement. How in the law they are going to make it happen, we're gonna see, because the president of Kenya have few months ago already talked with South Africa authorities and Eritrea authorities, saying that they will also are going to have free visa. Until today, I don't think that statement have become true. So we're gonna see how things are going to happen on the ground.
That's a
But
good point because, like Bantu Queen said here, the corrupt airport officials in Kenya will find a way to keep that $51 now. One way or the other, they will pay. That's right. That's
yeah,
the thing. You're not
in
gonna escape.
yeah,
Some officials will make you pay. What you're gonna say? Man, Ruto removed it. Well, they would say we didn't get the message yet.
and yes, effectively, because we live in countries, I think Kenya is a same situation with Djibouti. Maybe not. I don't, and we gain a lot of investments by Chinese, and those to build train, to be some infrastructure. So we need to pay back that money. So
Yeah.
maybe to
But
reinforce.
maybe
It's maybe
maybe
to enforce the trade between the two countries and maybe see how we can have a more money than going to come in the countries, in each other countries. But I don't think that right now the fees for visa are going to stop because people need money. So maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe, but not. I don't think so right now.
So maybe if they do the year of return in Kenya, that can bring in a lot of money. But let's bring in Rashid. Rashid, are you there?
Yes, Afrodamas, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Rashid, welcome to the Afridamus report.
Thank you,
So,
sir. Thank you.
Rashid, do you think the blacks should get special treatment, visa free?
No, actually, no, because there is nothing like exceptional for just for the blacks. For example, as the sister said, we also have like if you're going back even to so if I go back to Somalia with the American passport, I have to pay visa money to get there. Even although it's my country, I have to still pay the visa there. So you will never see any Somali person who is diaspora complaining about that. You will never see that. So, for example, Kenyan president is not Rudo, first of all. It's Ruto. I want to correct O'Shea. Rudo, maybe if you say Rudo will mean different bad thing for the Kalinji language of Kenya. So he have to say Ruto. Ruto is the right way.
Hold on, let me read this super chat. Nigerian Prince, thank you for adding on to the Egusi fund over here. Nigerian Prince said, Afridamus, your government need to offer the Blazungus beachfront properties in the Gambia. What y'all waiting for? They are leaving for Kenya. Well, Nigerian Prince, thank you for the super chat. Believe it or not, my government have already given beachfront property, but to white people. They are Americans, the American government, the U.S. embassy are giving a beachfront property. That is for all Americans, black, white, blue, green. So that's what my government did. So the blacks can't complain. Okay, but those beachfront properties, you cannot get them for free. I hope you know that, and you're gonna need more than $51. But continue, Rasi. Thank you, Nigerian Prince.
So President Ruto, he was in Djibouti. He went to Djibouti for IGAD conference. There was IGAD, 5 countries. They had like ECOWAS or something else. So he attended there, and he, like the sister said, he attended. He was invited to the parliament of Djibouti to say things. But Kenya is democratic elected. He's elected government. He cannot just come up like that. He has to pass through the parliament of Kenya to adopt any law that comes to Kenyan government.
Right.
Caribbean is a Kenyan. He knows about that. So Kenya have a parliament. They have to pass every law that because they have legislative. They have that. So they not just say all the people.
Rashid, just for the sake of not upsetting some of the black viewers, can you refrain from saying KBM is Kenyan? I don't want my black viewers to be upset.
Yeah. I second that.
No,
yes, I do not want my black viewers to be upset. They didn't get the citizenship, and we have a Mzungu here with it. I don't want to upset my black viewers. Please refrain from that.
Afrodamus, you haven't been in Kenya. I haven't been in Kenya, but the Kenyan people are very welcoming people. Very welcoming people.
True.
They are really open-minded people. You can see in Kenya different nationality, different backgrounds. There are whites over there, Kenyan whites. They have the hotel called the Giraffe Hotel in far away from Nairobi. Is the most
next
expensive.
to the draft center. Yeah.
It's owned by white Kenyans. So Kenya is the Kenyan people accept all people from different backgrounds. It's very open society. They are well educated.
Oh, here we go. Now blacks, Pan-Africans are not gonna want to go to Kenya because white people have properties over there.
Yeah, so in this case, this Pan-Africanism who really want to push the color stuff is not going to work over there. If they want to come to Africa, they can just, with their money, if they have money, they will come. They can open business. Who will say no to them? KPM is a Kenyan. He's seen that. There are a lot of people who invested over there in Nairobi. Who, the Somali who came as refugees, not the Somali Kenyans, the Somali who came as refugees. They opened businesses, and they are now have one of the biggest in Kenya. So in that case, you can go to any African country, but I think Ghana closed their door for them because Accra is a small city. It doesn't have that much maybe opportunity. Maybe they didn't get what they wanted from Ghana. So maybe now they're gonna switch to East Africa. They're gonna switch to Kenya. But I don't think Kenyan people will accept that.
The same with Djibouti. Now we have a huge Yemeni community who own a lot of business and French community. So
That's right.
I
Yes,
don't think-
absolutely.
All right, we have a new speaker in the house. Nat Turner, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Nat Turner, how's your Sunday going?
I treat every day the same as every other day.
Awesome. So Nat Turner, what do you think about some of these Pan-Africans going over to Africa crying? They want special treatment. Do you think just for being black, the blacks deserve special treatment in Africa, free visa when they come in? They put the welcoming together. Like the blacks would come in for free, but the white people gotta pay. What's your take on that?
Well, it's not about that. Kenya's doing a good thing.
Wait,
they lost their port.
Wait, you saying that's a good thing?
Yeah, Kenya's doing a good thing by letting blacks in the dues fee, whatever that is. But because they done lost their port to China, they need money. They know Ghana got $1.5 billion out of that, so they just trying to raise money. They got to raise money. They ain't gonna get it from no African country. The only ones that can get that kind of money is Black Americans. And
the blacks don't have the money though.
Yeah, we do.
No, but wait. But Nat Turner, didn't you hear these guys complaining? They said they don't even want to pay the $51 fee to go in. So if Kenya is looking for money, somebody who doesn't even want to pay $51, how are they gonna get money out of them? They're trying to get free stuff. I don't know if you get that part.
Let me say this: for all the money that Ghana got, that makes Black Americans a product. And Africa, a lot of Africans hurting all over. They made them crazy ass 100-day loans, impossible interest in loans with them Chinese countries. They need money. So the only way they're gonna get it is Black America, because white America gonna charge you out. They're gonna charge you out the butt, the IMF and all that. So
but Black America doesn't have the money.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Then why are you asking for free stuff then? You even asking for reparation from Africa.
Well, I'm not asking for it because
no, not you, but I'm saying.
I mean, people ain't really asking. I mean, one person said and y'all blow it up. But let me say this.
No, several of them did. I even played video of like several people. There were like
I know, Go Black and all of them. But let me say this: you can't get blood out of stones. That's a wasteful effort.
Okay. You gotta.
You can't get. I mean, it's just. I don't even know y'all even worried about it. Y'all ain't got it. Y'all can't impede your own people.
Oh no, we got it, Nat Turner. We got the land, we got gold, we got oil. This is why the Chinese and the white people are coming.
Yeah, but y'all ain't got no way to get the stuff. So y'all got it. Y'all ain't got the machinery. Y'all ain't got the money.
The white people got the money and the machine.
China, England,
but
France,
you see, at least Nat Turner, for us, we don't come to the table empty-handed. That's why we get along with the white people. We don't come empty-handed.
You give them everything, and they live in them good old houses, and y'all live like slaves. Y'all give them everything.
What do you mean?
It's always they always love a fool. Anybody in the world loves a fool.
Okay, but why are you guys asking for reparation from Africa? Africa don't owe you anything.
Africa owes a whole lot, but they can't pay nothing. They can't pay nothing.
What do they owe you?
Huh?
I think he just says owes, period.
How does Africa owe?
Stolen land.
From who?
When they took them tribes off, they took them off of land. They wasn't going.
They lost. They lost the war, and they were taken into.
It wasn't
captivity.
no war. The war was this. This was the war. You trying to cape me and sell me, and I'm fighting you back. That was
and you lost. And you lost. You were taken away. So now you don't have a land.
Let me say something. Let me say this. My people are native to America. Y'all don't believe it, but they had blacks in America way before that.
Now, Turner, the people that were taken to America didn't own no land. The kings or the chiefs owned the land. You didn't own no land then. So you had nothing.
Listen, my people ain't come from Africa.
Yes, they did.
I know that. I know that.
Looking at you. Black got nappy head. They got black nappy head people all over the world. The sun makes black people.
Where do people come from?
They came from Jack in the Box.
Listen,
where did they come from?
Y'all just see black people. Y'all think they from there. That's all. That's all y'all think. Y'all don't know no better. Y'all think only black people came from Africa. The sun makes the sun equator. The sun from the equator. Don't stop in Africa. Don't stop in Africa.
So your people spoke English?
Yeah, I'm speaking English right now.
No. Back then, did they speak English?
Far as I've heard, but they, that's whoever conquers the land. That's your language you take. Like y'all speak French, but y'all from there, right?
We still have other languages that I do speak.
Y'all speak English. You speak English right now.
No, this is the official language. We have other languages that we speak.
What language are you speaking? What language that you use to speak to the world? English.
We can. No,
that's the language of money.
This is what the world decided.
Learn English. All countries learn English.
If you come in my country, you will have to speak my language.
Listen, I don't want to speak to the natives. I want to speak to the tourist people. I want to go where the white people go. I don't want to hang with y'all.
Wait, Nat Turner, that would be Kenya. So you're invited for the ice cream.
Yeah, so Nat Turner.
I don't want to go with the spear chuckers. I want to go.
No. There's no spear checkers.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me read this super chat. Kwaku, thank you for the super chat. Nat Turner, this is for you. Kwaku said, prove your theory, Nat. Take the DNA test. And also, while you answer that, Nat Turner, did I just hear you say you are going to be hanging out with the white people instead of the... So you would choose to hang out with the white people instead of the black Africans?
Listen, I come there for vacation, not to be running from machetes and spears. That ain't vacation to me. That's not vacation to me.
Wait.
Okay?
What movie?
Not and all that stuff. That's not vacation to me. I grew up in the first world life. I live in a first world country, and I'm coming there to live first world.
So you're gonna live in the white neighborhood? Just tell the truth.
No, I'm going to the hotels and the resorts, whatever.
Yes, where the white people are.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Kilimani,
right?
Right.
Don't be scared of the word Kilimani.
So not Turner, white people are not bad after all, right?
Huh?
White people are not bad after all, because you're gonna go live amongst the whites when you're in Africa too.
I don't know. I don't think them Jews up in Europe thought white people were so good.
Well, you're the one that you're saying you don't trust the Africans. You're gonna go with the white people.
Bantu Queen.
I'm talking about I don't trust them poor bush people. I don't. What I'm gonna go out in the bush for? That ain't vacation.
Nat Turner, in Kenya, you actually have to go to the bush to meet those people. So what are you talking about?
Or some old, I'm going where the white people go. I ain't going out there.
Then you're going to stay in Nairobi. You're going to stay in Nairobi, either in Westlands or Kilimani, okay, and then you'll be just fine. You'll have your first world everything. They even got a mall there.
I ain't hanging with y'all out in the woods and the wilderness.
But I'm a Mzungu. We're not eating bugs.
Can I say something?
Eating dogs, cutting up dogs, cooking dogs and all that. Nah.
Hold on. Can I say something, please?
Wrong with you? There ain't no bad vacation. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hold on, Indian. What's your tribe and what's the language? What do you speak? Where's your ancestors from?
Ancestors from America.
Okay. Why is it that the Indians among with the so-called, what do you call the seminar, that when the money roll into the
Man,
it's at the seminars they push the Africans out as they go back to Africa.
no. This what happened. The white people came there and named everybody Creek Indians who was around there. They named them different names. Those are European names they gave them people. Some people wasn't what they said they was. They wasn't no bunch of goddamn white people. They ain't start turning white until the late 1800s. They reclassified the black Indians as Negro. And y'all don't know that because y'all ain't here.
So you want you not?
Yeah, they got black natives here, man.
So your ancestors did not come from Ghana or Nigeria or
Man, for one thing, all those countries y'all call them countries are new. Europeans named them countries. They didn't even exist back then.
But the land and the people have always been there. Just because you change the name doesn't mean
some people running all over the place, running from the white man.
What white man?
The white man that was colonizing y'all with the damn army.
Man, you yourself just said over here how not John, I wasn't surprised by how I knew you loved the white man because you said it. You're gonna when you go to
the white man.
When you go to Africa,
something about the white man.
Yeah, tell me.
Y'all believe in that stuff, but I'm gonna say this to this.
Yeah,
y'all must love the white man. Let him have all y'all shit like that.
What you mean? What you mean?
Listen.
They
brought slavery to Africa.
Well, at least now, Turner, you get to go and hang out with them.
Who fought for integration? Who fought for integration in the issue of a black man? Who fought for integration?
That ain't what we fighting for. They got it all wrong. They switched it on us. What we was fighting for
the white woman to be able to get the white woman and eat hamburgers from the white man's joint.
You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
We did not want to go to the white man's school. The white man didn't want to give us the money to fund our schools because we were saying.
So you're broke. You're broke.
Do you want to hear it?
Okay, go ahead.
They was fighting in wars. We was paying all these taxes. We paying all this money, and they wasn't giving us no money for our schools. We had to build our own schools. So we was fighting for the money to build our schools, but they switched it on us.
You were begging the white man
money that you could come to our schools.
You were begging the white man for money.
We was happy with our own schools.
No, you weren't.
Washington. That's when we had black all this stuff, which now the immigrants taking over now.
Which immigrant?
That's why we built our own colleges, own schools.
Which immigrant?
We wanted the same money they was getting from the government.
Who?
The whites' colleges.
So you were begging the white people for money.
We ain't begging the white people. Their economics was built on our labor. What do you think slavery and Jim Crow was?
Slavery was free.
Taking all their goddamn money.
Slavery was free. Look, slavery have been over for over 150 years now.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah. Okay.
They renamed it sharecropping.
Oh,
if you
boy.
leave the land, they hunt you down.
Okay.
That's talking about the 60s and the
50s. I got a question for Nat Turner. You said that Mzungus, white people, named everything in Africa. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Jimmy, again, I don't know that. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh, okay. You said white people renamed Africa with words, right? They renamed everything, right?
What it be known by Africanus, a Roman general. When they conquered a place, they name it after them. That's just one of the places.
Okay. So for a short period of time, Kenya was colonized, and Nairobi, the city, is in Maasai is called Nkare Nairobi, which means cool waters. And so Nairobi is actually not a name made by a white man, but a Nilotic.
You know what?
So Nilotic meaning people who live on the river, on the Nile River.
Y'all lost your port to China.
Okay, but see, the thing is, you're switching to what I was just explaining. No. You are switching. What I'm trying to teach you is that basically your assumption that white people changed everything, change everything in Africa to their names is not true. This is not true. A lot of it has, but your assumptions are not true.
And y'all still owe money on construction, which they're gonna take y'all railroads.
Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen either. That's another assumption.
That's why they're trying to bring blacks over there. They want $1.5 billion.
Turner seems to be happy about everything that's going to be taken from Africans, right? So he has the list.
I'm not happy
The
about
port
it.
going to be taken, the airport. So what else do you have? What else is going to be taken from us, man? Since you seems to be happy about that.
Them loans.
St. James.
We got to pay the loan. Black Americans don't have loans. You guys have student loan you can't even pay. You got IRS issue all over the countries, bro. So you don't give us a rosy picture of yourself like you got it like that, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Your own country, man, is putting you in debt. Student loans, taxes issues, all kind of debt, man. Come on, man. You guys got it, man. You got it, bro.
Well, you don't pay it back. It ain't nothing, right?
Your debt is I'm sorry.
Even the name Africa came from North
We got
Africa.
more than y'all ever had.
Hold on. One at a time. Hold on. Idel, you were saying something?
The name Africa came from North Africa. It came from a goddess, which North African tribes use it to pray to, which is Africa. Just the name gets wrongly.
It's not from a white man.
Well, whatever they name it, China owns y'all port.
China
I don't care what you name it. I don't care what you name it. China owns it. Chinese all up on there.
But not Tona. Why are you excited? That China. You're saying they're gonna own our stuff. Why are you happy about that?
Can I supply
Africans, y'all always bad.
Amazon to send him ice cream.
Y'all sold 40 slaves for a damn mirror. Well, you can see your reflection in water. Get a bowl of water and look at it. But y'all give away 40 people for a mirror. Y'all always been bad businessmen. Y'all always going to be. Y'all don't know nothing about business anyway. Y'all might as well give it to China and England and all them.
You mean some of the chiefs?
That people ain't they ain't come from the sky. That's y'all people.
Well, I mean, not Tona, they're your people too. You look like you're from Ghana. I showed you the picture the last time you ran away.
Well,
watch out, he's going to have another power out.
Some people say I look like a hippo, but I'm not going to the zoo.
Okay, let me bring in the new speaker, Copper Aesthetic. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles.
All right. So, are you black or you African?
Man, look, that's a loaded question. I'm African.
Okay, so you are okay. So you are black.
I mean, black is it doesn't represent anything to me. I don't subscribe to it.
Okay, fine.
But I use it like a lot of people use it in conversation and for business.
So okay, let me make it easy. Are you a Yoruba or a Yoruba? Are you from the Yoruba tribe or the Yoruba?
Yoruba.
You're from you're a Yoruba. Thank you. So
why do you use Blazungu, man?
He's not FBA. He cosplaying.
No, he's a Yoruba. Let's hear from the Yoruba man. So, Mr. Yoruba,
let's hear from the foreigner.
No, look, I'm not.
So, do you think the blacks should get special treatment, visa free? They don't have to pay. They need special treatment to go to many African countries.
Here's what I think. I think that the president need to do whatever the right business, the best business play that he has to do on his table. And I also think that the African world should unite economically. So I think it's just a whole bunch of garbage. I think that's a whole bunch of garbage. I think because there's been a common global oppression or press against us. We should
against who?
peacefully respond economically and get our stuff together, get the family together worldwide. Stop playing. I think that a real African man wouldn't even engage in such a silly situation.
Do that no evil, man. It's not an evil.
Hold on.
Worldwideness.
Hold on. So you saying that when you say the African world, can you describe to me who you consider part of the African world?
Let me talk about the African world, because that's complicated and loaded itself, and I'm aware of that.
No, what I'm saying, this African world, are they outside of the 54 countries that we know to be in Africa?
They're inside and out, man. How can you separate the situation of colonialism and the slave trade and what they're doing right now, and not look at it strategically and say, and stop the bickering? That don't make no sense. Do it for the children. Stop playing.
Fine. Wait. So answer this question. Answer this question, right? So the blacks that are coming from America, UK, Canada, they want a special treatment. They want entitlement. So if they consider themselves as African, why do they need to be treated better than actual Africans?
This is something that everybody got to realize, that there's Africans that have these colonial ideas abroad and on the land. You can't say, they are some bourgeois African Americans everywhere from London to America that come to Africa, but there's also people that's coming that want to build and understand our story and is dealing with it maturely. And I mean, give that some light. Why are we on here?
You want free visa and special treatment?
No, I don't want free visa. What I want to do is lend my expertise and my skill that I've learned and made in the West, and go back home and teach them children how to manage and teach them the game that they've been playing on everybody. Because all the rest of that is garbage. All the rest of this bickering is garbage. That's my perspective. I come to build and to make a living for my family. And
Hold on.
Everybody don't have that outlook. Some people may come just like a colony.
Slow down. You don't have to overtalk me. Don't overtalk me. Let me ask questions. You're running 90 miles an hour.
I apologize. It was the delay.
Okay, here's the thing. So when you say home, where is home?
Let me tell you something, man. This taps into the African.
No, where is home? Can you just answer? Can you just answer? Where is home?
Home is where the hatred is.
The what?
The hell?
Where is home?
Home is where the hatred is.
No, you said you're gonna go teach the kids back home,
right?
So where do you? Because if you're Yoruba,
wherever African country that I can assimilate in, I don't care. At this point, I don't care if it's Ethiopia, Ghana, or Nigeria. Long as if my personal life can match up to the country or the area, then that's where I'm going. Because we should be that fluid and stop being so rigid. Take the colonizer out your mind and run Africa and stop playing.
What make you so sure they want your teaching?
Because what I'm teaching is painting, engineering, language. I'm teaching how to make a living. I'm teaching things that people can use. I mean, information. And not only that, teaching them our story. We have to line up our story. It's not just lines on the land. It's lines on our story.
You ain't going no damn Africa. You're a lie. You can't hear it. You gonna eat your McDonald's.
See, this how these old dudes be coming at people. This how these I come on here, I say nothing. I didn't call nobody no names, and then you just come out lie. What am I lying about?
You ain't going nowhere.
How are you gonna apply all that teaching?
All them BS plans. You ain't going nowhere.
So why would you say I'm not going nowhere? This is funny.
You got the same BS all y'all talk. Y'all gotta use the first world. Y'all ain't going back.
You're walking into a trap. You're walking into a trap in this conversation because you don't know nothing about me, and you talking about.
Hold on. Wait.
Liar. I know you're a foreign liar. I know that stuff you talking is crazy. You ain't going to say no damn Africa. You gonna
I
stay
didn't
here in
say I
that
was going to
country?
save Africa,
You gonna
man.
stay
I'm
in
talking
that
about
country?
self-responsibility as a single African man, not as no boy asking for handouts like dude saying. I'm not, you got it mixed up. It's two bad arguments. The two wrongs don't make a right. That's why I'm glad
You
on
ain't
here
going
because y'all need a
nowhere to do
mature
nothing.
conversation.
Hold on,
You
We
hold
got
gonna
to
stay
on,
in
build.
America.
Listen,
That's what you're gonna do.
hold on, slow down. So
That's what you're gonna do.
Natona, how come you don't trust that he would go to Africa to save the black world? How come you don't trust him?
Listen. If I
let
get
me
it
tell you
down,
how an African man saves the
if I
black
get
world.
it down to every African that come here and say that, you know, I'd be a
And you
rich man.
educate yourself and you stop being so
There ain't
divisive.
nobody going back, man. Y'all get a taste of Burger King and a steakhouse.
We
Y'all
got
go
Burger
bananas.
King in Nairobi.
Y'all ain't gonna use the traffic lights.
We got
All right,
traffic
hey.
lights in Nairobi.
Hey,
Where at?
Mr. Yoruba, Natona doesn't believe you. Let's go to Judah. Judah, welcome to the Afridamus Report. Judah, are you there?
Yes, yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. So, Judah, you missed out on yesterday's show, but I played a video here where the Cameroonian parliament, they've passed, they've passed a bill acknowledging the blacks as, they apologize for slavery. But now, another question which is tied to this. Should the blacks get special treatment, like visa-free, entering Kenya or other African countries? And should Kenya host the next year of return? Go ahead.
It's very unfortunate that we give priority to these people, man. Like they come on these
Sorry, can you
panels,
speak up? Can you speak up?
I think it's very unfortunate that we give priority to these people. It just makes no sense why Africa is focusing on these people. Why there's a lot of things
No,
that are
no,
happening.
but there's no proof that the African countries, are doing this. Because I'm looking for the Ruto speech. He's talking about relationship between East African countries, but the blacks are saying they are talking about them. So what do you
Exactly.
make of that?
I even find out about the Cameroon stuff. I did not see anything that. See, let me tell you, Cameroon parliament does not even meet. Like it's a failed republic that is happening over there. Nobody thinks about these people. Now, when you have these people coming in on the panel and saying all this, I'm just like, man, fuck that.
Well, Go Black was the one that said it, and he said he's part
But I
Cameroonian.
mean, I listen to. Oh man, come on, bro. These people are just they take a narrative and switch it. And I went to O'Shea's channel. He was saying the same thing. So they take a narrative and turn it around just to suit their own, history. And look, slave trade is forgotten, man. All these things that bringing people in or giving them visa is, it makes no sense for Africa.
Judah, can you fix your audio? It's coming weird. I really want to hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's weird. You sound like you are getting choked under the water or something.
Sounds like you're talking through a pipe from a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What I'm saying is, man, we focus on these people. Like instead of focusing on the continent and building our continent, and we are saying, oh, African Americans should get visa free. Why not create?
No, we're not saying that. They are saying this because they are the special blacks.
But what I heard from this guy was saying that the president of Kenya also passed a bill that
No, he did not. That's what the blacks are saying. But we cannot prove it. The Kenyan president was not saying that.
Right. So, look, man, I'm not gonna come here and bash on these people. These people are illusionary. They have never fought for their own independence. They think they have an upper hand to tell Africans what to do. These people they fought for segregation. They consider segregation as a bad thing because they wanted integration with a white man, all these things. And they don't want to come and school Africans on what they have to do, what they don't have to do. Come on, man. You can teach. You want to come to Africa and teach African people how to study engineering. Teach your own people first. Your people don't go to school and all this shit. Come on, bro.
It's true.
Let's
Pathetic. What do you say to that? Judah said, teach your people first because they don't go to school either. Before you go all the way to Africa.
If you don't go to school, they lock you up in America. You get in trouble.
That's not true.
Oh wow,
That's true. It's
wow,
not true.
that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not
Look,
true.
look,
Your
that's
parents
not
get in
true,
trouble.
man.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yes, you have to go to
you have
school.
Nick,
Oh yes, you do.
you have, bro. You
Yes,
have
you
Nick
do.
Poops on the planet, bro. Let me
They
talk,
lock your
man. You guys
parents
were
up.
talking for, man.
Kamala Harris did a lot of that when she was the DA in California. She was locking
You're
up
talking
parents
about
up.
you're talking about the truancy law.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some
Not
places
the
have
truancy
it.
law.
Look,
Not showing
just
up to school.
just
Not showing up to
because
school.
look, you can be going to school, sitting in the class, and not paying attention. Yes, the mothers do get in trouble. Like, I know that part. Like
Mothers and fathers.
you're talking about high school and middle school. In some states, yes, but I'm talking
All
about like,
states. All
huh?
states. All
Yeah,
states.
but after high school, you don't, that's not a force to go to the 13th grade, which is college, right? So to be an engineer, you would need to go to college for that. That's
Oh
what
man,
Judah is
we had
talking about.
engineers doing slavery. Big deal. The man that designed the Washington D.C. was a black man named
Who?
Benjamin Banneker. Look
He's
it up.
just one person. Oh, I know Benjamin
Man,
Banneker.
the Stonemasons was black
Can I?
men. They were
Can I?
slaves loaned out.
Black man invented the traffic light too.
Can I?
You know,
Can I
that's
finish,
what
See,
man?
you guys
the
got to
pyramids
understand
were
that
white men.
China took a lot of industrial inventions from America. They straight jacked it, and when they stole it from America, they spread it all across the world.
Look, the white
All
people.
that came from out of slavery from the
Look,
African Americans.
let's not go there. We get it.
Can I
China
finish?
got white invention. Judah, go ahead.
Man, you see, you have people on the planet that when you start talking about them, they always want to blame the white man. Oh, the white man did this. The white man. See, this is they don't have their own intelligence to say, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, the white man stop us from doing this. The white man.
Let me
Come
tell
on,
y'all
bro.
something.
I mean,
Excuse me, sir.
in the
What
20,
you mean? What y'all
young man,
Africans do?
young man, stay quiet. Let me.
Wait,
Young man,
let's
stay
do what
quiet.
you
Let me talk, man. Like what the heck?
And begging the
And it's the
IMF.
same thing. It's the same thing that is wrong with Africans. When you start talking about how African countries are not developing, people say, oh, colonization. Oh, we were colonized for a long time. Oh, we speak the white man's language because we were colonized. Oh, our countries are not developed because the white man is taking from us. Come on, man. Black narratives all over you go. All African people, including black Americans, are doomed. I'm telling you for a fact. We are always going to say the same thing, blame the white man for our problems.
Let me say something,
Come
please.
on, we are the same.
Respect.
Hey, young man, let me stay quiet. Let me finish, man. You guys were talking. I shut up. Let me finish, and then you can go ahead and talk. You don't cut me like that, man.
Okay, go ahead.
But this is the thing, man. This is the thing. When all Africans and black people in America comes to their senses, and then things are gonna change. But now, man, the way we talk, the way we do things, you go to our neighborhoods in America, the blacks' neighborhood is the same issue. No development. Everybody is walking around with baggy pants and things. It's the same in Africa. So I'm not. Hey, Abidemus, let me finish. I'm not gonna come here and say, oh, there's a part that is doing better than other blacks. Hell, now, man.
Judah, that's not the conversation. Hold on.
I mean, the conversation is who's better.
Come on, man.
There's no better person. There's no better person. All blacks are doomed. All blacks were colonized.
Black
All
people
blacks
in America
speak a
doing better
fucking.
than any blacks in the world. Oh man, come on.
All blacks speak a fucking different language because
You
they
got
were
so
all
many
forced to speak a white man's
multi-millionaires
language.
and
And
billionaires.
that's a fact.
Yeah, self-made.
I'm done, man. You guys can go ahead and keep
Yeah,
talking.
you done, you
All right, thank you.
liar.
All right, thank you.
Alpha
Yes.
I got a question. It's not even a question for Judah. I didn't know Cameroon apologized for slavery. It's a new one.
Well, go black brought the
Cameroon has
evidence.
never apologized for no goddamn thing. There is no way people are gonna sit in a fucking parliament that doesn't exist in Cameroon and think about these people, man. There's a lot of things that Cameroonians are thinking. That was a fake stuff.
Hold on.
If you have a video of that parliament, bring it on this panel.
Hold on, Judah.
We don't get a penny from y'all. Not a damn penny.
Hold on, Judah.
We don't need y'all.
Judah, it's okay. I know this is a strong thing to accept. I understand, like.
Hold
on, Judah. You said people should not cut you off. You're cutting off the host. Let me talk. I understand this can be a difficult thing because you came up with the tectonic idea, and then coming to hear that, you know, your country in fact did apologize in parliament, you know, it's a hard thing to swallow. All you have to do is, Judah, you know, just, you know, accept it like a man and just apologize to the blacks. Your parliament already did. They already did.
Do you have a video, or you listening to what Go Black told you? Do you have a video of your parliament?
Okay, so are you, Judah, are you going to apologize or not?
Young man, why are you guys, do you have a video of what the parliament said, or you going by Go Black's word?
Go Black said it.
Video of it played on the, who's Go Black?
This is
A
like
young
the
man who's
African
sitting in one corner, who's sitting in
he's
one
got a-
corner in
he's got a-
Alabama making his video.
He's
And
got
people
a-
are believing in whatever he's saying.
So Judah, you're not gonna you know, apologize for slavery?
Bro, the slave trade is forgotten. These people should stay in America and think about their own future and build their neighborhood. That's a fact. Nobody is thinking about the Holocaust, the slave trade, all
they
this
think about
nonsense
the
shit, man. People have moved. People have moved on.
Oh my God.
People have
They got
moved
so many
on.
Holocaust museums in America.
Hey,
You
Judah,
kidding me?
can I say something to Judah? Can I say something
Go
to
ahead.
Judah real quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to say this, man. The United States, after World War II, had gained a lot of had a lot of world power. Okay, and after it gained a lot of world power, it had a lot of military as well as a robust intelligence community that was adversarial to the African population in the Americas.
Oh man, we didn't do all that for y'all. Get out of here.
Listen. I was talking to Judah, my man. Just be quiet. You calling me a liar and all that. You don't even know me, bro. Just chill out. All I'm just saying, bro, and I don't take the side of cats going to Africa and being black people going to Africa and saying, give me what, because there's different types of African Americans and a lot of us is sick, period. Like this brother over here. You know what I'm saying? Nat Turner, you know, you don't deserve that name, bro, the way you talk. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
You ain't FBA, you phony.
No, I'm not. I don't play that. I don't play that. Black Lives Matter, FBA, or LG. All that's the same thing. All that can go in the same bag with cocaine, sugar, and salt. Like all that's the same thing.
You cosplaying.
I'm not cosplaying. I just do my research, man. I'm looking at this in a real way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it's too many African Americans act like, you know, the white man. I am, and you know what? It's self-responsibility that I'm trying to talk about.
Hold on.
That's good for you. You look more Bantu than me, bro.
Listen, I might look like
your head. You look like an Olmec head, bro.
I might look like a pit bull. I'm not walking to a kennel. I'm not going to FPTA. What that mean? What I look like? It's what I am, not what I look. What you
I
think.
know. I'm just clowning since I'm trying to be a little light and just trying to clown a little bit, man. Just brighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Hurt me, you little foreigner.
He's not a foreigner. He's black like you, not
Look, bro, I'm original, man. The earth is my turf, man. China just realized they did their genetic research and they came from Africa. Okay, it's a scientific fact. The whole world understands. Listen, bro, stop. You African hating ass Negroes, bro. You gotta get on my nerves because you ignorant. You don't read. You don't know where you came from, and you need to wake up and think about the children. I bet you don't think about no children. No,
that's where I came from.
You just lived your life. You got into your black exploitation. You consider yourself something that ain't attached to no land. You ain't trying to get connection to nothing. Well, okay, well that's good because it was some Africans here, but respect. Stop trying to divide and act like. Stop trying to act like people. Stop trying to act like Africans is you know. Just stop. Just be respectful, bro. Just be respectful, bro. It's real life going on out here. You know
about what I am.
No,
I ain't going to disrespect my aunts and uncles and people that's different. I'm not
asking you to. But if you look at the African American situation, you have to dig. Okay, it's not going to fall on your.
All right, guys.
You mean FBA, Foundational Black American?
Okay, hold on. Nathan, I thought you were Indian.
Native don't mean Indian. Native, Indian. They thought they were from India. That's why they call them Indians, but they were native. They didn't. Those are names that the white man gave them. They had the names they got now: Creek Crow, all that kind of bullshit. Cherokee. That was by the
Okay,
church.
hold on.
They got real Indians that can trace their lineage back.
Hold on, guys.
Indians that trace their lineage back. And y'all won't realize, y'all.
Pretendians. And I'm still waiting for the pretendians to get their DNA. All my I ain't from Africa people, you have not taken the DNA test. I want to know why. All you pretendians, why are you not taking the DNA test? If you don't come from Africa, why can't you take the DNA test so we can know that you came from Mexico or California or Venezuela? You came from Montana.
All right, let's continue.
I ain't gotta say no more.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Afridamos.
Yeah.
Please, can I say something?
Go for it.
Okay, as I said before earlier, I was watching this the Kenyan president speech live in Djibouti Parliament when he said that Kenya is open and everyone can come in. I jumped it. No, Kenya is my neighbor country. I'm from Somalia, and there is a visa restrictions between the Somalis who are doing trade in Kenya and Ethiopia and Djibouti and vice versa. When this man openly said that we don't need to do US dollar trade, we can do out Afridamus. Do you know how much a daily Somalia buy from Kenya? The trade deal a daily. So the statistics for like 2004, $92 million a day. The Somalis buy from Kenyans, which mainly is Mira, and I don't approve it, but it is okay. It's a daily. When he took that and talk about it, and he is like saying, okay, and this is IGAD, this is not even East Africa. Anyone who knows IGAD, he knows it's only 5 countries. The visas that he's talking about is Djibouti, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Kenya, Uganda, and the trade. So that was a bold move, just like the Djiboutian sister said it. I don't know how can this to be implemented. It's very hard, but I am very, very, very happy that he took that position, because it's the right direction to all of us. It's a way to the right direction, and I like it. We are now putting it some people who are not even in the universe and in our planet. And come on, man! I find this very, very silly. American.
You mean the blacks, American blacks claiming this?
You guys are very, very happy. We are so proud of you. Stay in America. Do that in America. You have the all opportunities that we are eager to have one day. Just stop bombing us, okay? But
you guys heard what Warrior said. We will start our, we would do that as our closing statements. We will go around, and you guys heard what
you have
Warrior said.
all the opportunities to make yourself great, and we are not even complaining. We are not complaining. We are just doing our way, our work. Maybe we will succeed. I mean, look at this lady. She told you that. I don't know how can this to be implemented. It's very, very, very hard to have a free visa between 4 countries. I told you before. I come from 30 kilometers from Djibouti. My wife is the clan who inhabited that country,
that area.
But still, I have to pay visa. Remember?
Well, guys, you hearing this?
This is how we live. This is how we live, and we are hoping that we are going going to make it better. But you guys in America, the black people in America, you have everything.
So, Warrior, do you think as blacks keep begging, do you think some of the countries are gonna start giving in and tired and say, you know what, we're tired of the blacks crying, let's let them in?
No. We don't see black Americans when they come to East Africa as anyone else but Americans.
Okay.
Your passport
But
shows you who you
they
come
want
from.
special treatment. They want to be seen as black instead of American.
And
That's what you say.
it will be unfair
That's what you say.
to other Americans, whites, Indians, and we don't do unfair things. Besides, we are
Because
from
like Nat Turner, for example, over here, he's begging so they can
yeah.
come to Kenya, so
No.
they can live next to the white people over there.
Yeah, right.
Is
No,
anyone?
Africans slipping on the southern border begging for food stamps, Section 8
No,
free medical.
we're not. No, we're not.
No food stamps in
Every day,
Kenya.
all day.
That's one
Y'all
thing we don't
fucking
have.
running through.
No. We
Yes,
work for
yes,
our
all
food,
y'all,
bro.
yeah. Costing us billions of dollars.
No, we're
Billions of
not.
dollars for y'all broke people coming over here.
Afridamos,
That's a
please
fact.
before I go, I just want to say it. You guys from
Costing
West
us
Africa,
billions.
you guys from West Africa, you accepted these black Americans in West Africa, okay? But you see, in East Africa, we have to be very, very, very careful when we accept someone else, because everyone says that. All the people say we are from Africa, and where they are pointed it is East Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, maybe somewhere in upper land. So when we are open our doors, that means everyone is going to come to our land. So how can we accommodate 8 billion people in East Africa? We
Can
must
I
be very
respond?
careful. We
Can I
must be
can I
careful.
try to chime in on that?
Wait, you have your turn for your closing statement. You can address it. But
Oh, no
thank you,
problem.
Warrior. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to Kidola. Kidola, closing statement. Kidola, are you there?
Ran off.
All right, let's bring in KBM. KBM, closing statement.
Yes, and I want to make it very clear when Ruto made that speech. You know, he's being very specific. Actually, if you really listen to him, it was for East Africa and for the African diaspora to that region for business. We're talking business. We ain't talking about somebody coming back to Kenya for some type of vacation. That whole speech was about business. And on that note, I got a screen share I want to share on the screen real quick. Do you see it there, Afrodamus? I don't hear you.
Where at?
Okay, so you should see it on your controls there. I got
Okay.
it's a web
Hold on.
page.
You mean in the private?
No.
In the chat itself?
Okay, you know where you have the controls for like mute, start cam settings, and all that.
Right.
It says you're in the show.
Yeah. Okay, I see it.
Okay,
Right
so for those who want to come to Kenya based off the speech of Ruto that you think you understand, we'll be happy to have you in Kenya. Just make sure when you come to JKIA that you come with your visa, and here are the fees right there. And there's that $1 processing fee. It's because you're using a credit card, debit card, or what have you. It's $51 is very cheap. If you cannot afford $51, please stay in America with your dirty laundry, because if you're going to complain about $51, then you got dirty laundry, meaning you're, one, not built for Africa, but two, you're not built for travel. And on that note, everybody, I'm going to hang up the mic.
Kenya is just being mean. You know, I don't know why they don't want to support blackness, charging $51. White people should be the ones paying for this, not the blacks. But thank you very much, KBM.
You're welcome.
You know, once again, the blacks have been, slighted all the way in their own continent in Africa. White people win again. All right, let's go with Rashid. Closing statement. Rashid, are you there? Unmute yourself, Rashid. All right. Rashid has been taken out. Let's bring in Copper Pastetic.
Yeah, so I just wanted to respond to the elder up there. I think he was from East Africa.
Which one?
When he was, I think he was from Djibouti. I'm not sure. I think he
no,
was
Nat Turner is not from Djibouti.
no,
Nat
not
Turner.
Turner.
I think Nat Turner is from Ghana or something.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. But he was talking about African Americans coming there and being careful of coming to East Africa. That guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to say to this is that Africans have to project and look at what's to come. You can't put a hold on the whole planet just because of your ideas. That's the problem that we had before they took off on us on the last industrial whole movement. So we have to adapt and we have to really take it very serious. So I respect all the tribes and everybody's land, and but I think that just look into adjusting for a better African century this time instead of being left behind. That's all I want to say. So with that, so the other thing, the guy said, you're not built for Africa. You can take an African out of the continent, but you can't take the continent out of the African. So when that guy said, you're not built for Africa, there's an intentional effort for African Americans also not to go and invest their money out there, and we are also dealing with a poverty situation, and if you guys do plenty enough clowning on that. So the poverty and ignorance and everything. So what I would say to that is that that's not really the goal, actually. Okay, to diss like that. I think it's more. He didn't have to add that. I'm just gonna say that was impolite for right there. But y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is Olu. Copaesthetic 9. I do graffiti art and I'm hip hop and all of that. And I'm African. So yeah, word. Peace
Thank you, Olu. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
All right, that was Olu. All right, Nat Turner. Go ahead, Nat Turner.
Well, I just want to say there's a good move that Kenyan made to invite the Black Americans. He understand that Ghana got $1.5 billion and they need money. They didn't lost their port. They about to lose their railroad, and they about to lose their railroad, and they need money. Y'all ain't gonna give them money. That's how they gotta raise money. Cause they messed up. Africans always making dumb old business deals. 99 year leases and all that old garbage. And they always making bad business deals. So now they're trying to get us. We can't save them. Even if you had the money, we ain't gonna save them. We ain't touching that fire pit. So okay.
But you're saying it's a good thing. But you don't want to give money to Kenya. Like, what's that all about?
They ain't giving nothing. Listen, they're bad business people. They gonna end up broke anyway because China about to take all that stuff. They got a military. You ain't gonna say you ain't gonna give them what they agreed on paper. They'll go and take it, and they'll have a right to take it. They signed the contracts. Who the hell gonna sign a 99-year lease? Who gonna live 99 damn years?
Well,
God damn, yeah, African leaders are crazy.
It's all good. China ain't taking shit. We friends with the white people, so it's all good.
They ain't too friendly with y'all. The way they left y'all starving and broken, all killed the leaders. They ain't y'all friends. Y'all might be their friends, but they sure the hell ain't y'all's.
Well, thank you very much, Nat Turner. Africans, you heard what Nat Turner said, coming from a great chief Indian all the way from the United States. Thank you, Nat Turner. You're always welcome here.
Take care.
All right. St. James, I saw you wanted to say something, so I'll bring you right after Nat Turner.
Nat Turner is a funny dude, man. Hey, Afrodamus, remember?
Nat Turner is a fool.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, man. Listen, you remember your first days in New York? Like when you went outside, like you trying to go to a restaurant? Everywhere was Chinese food, right?
Right.
Chinese food everywhere in the Bronx and Brooklyn.
And African food, Senegalese food.
Right. I was wondering where do black people eat?
At McDonald's.
And beside that, it was Chinese food, right?
Right.
There was a lot of Chinese
they
food.
They love Chinese food.
Yeah, man. I always ask myself, man, like beside the the Black Americans. I don't know who else eats Chinese food, bro. I'm being honest, man. Like when I was in New York, man, I was like, beside when I walk past a Chinese food, it's always Black American.
Yeah, they
Fried
love them
rice,
some
chicken
Chinese
wings.
food
They like
because
Chinese food, my bro.
Chinese food is cheap.
It's very cheap. Yeah, they like the cheap one too.
Yeah.
And they were all over the place, man. Like, so the best eating Chinese black folks, man, is Black American. You know,
What
they
do you think
love that.
about what not Thomas?
You know, what is? I mean, Nat Turner is like he's like any other black Westerner. You know, they got the list of all the investment made in Africa by Chinese, right? So every time when they come here, it's like a fear mongering, like, oh yeah, they took the port, they took everything. So, but the Chinese took your mind in New York. They took your mind, bro. You can't even cook. It's like they took everything.
Oh, that's oh. I see. So he's saying they took the African port, but they took the black man's mind in America.
They took their mind in America, man. They can't even think about cooking. It's like, so for him to come here and talk about Chinese, I'm like, that's why I have to.
And the crazy
to
thing,
go
they
back.
complain about
Like,
Chinese, but they are the
Chinese own
Chinese's
everything.
biggest. They are the Chinese's biggest customers.
Do you know the Chinese, like, they make up almost 30% of the landlord in America? They own all the buildings, like all these, like how you call them, like the free buildings that they give up to the one that don't have the money to pay.
Section 8.
Oh, section 8. Do
Yeah,
you know
section.
the Chinese own those buildings?
Yeah, they accept Section 8.
Yes, Chinese own all these buildings. So I don't know if not Turner, like, come on, bro. These people own you in America, man. So don't sit here and talk about African investment with Chinese, bro. So we know your story, bro. So don't sit here and lie, bro. So ain't no Chinese taking no port in Africa. So I mean, it's crazy, man. For the O'Shea dude and the situation in Kenya, Afrodamus, I'm being honest with you, man. We have to teach some blacks how to travel the world.
Yes.
Because we've been doing this for a minute, and it's about that time we have sessions so we can teach this black how to travel the world. Because what I'm showing right now is gonna muddy the water for Africans who really have the desire to go learn something overseas, man. You know.
Yeah.
So when we leave home, we go places to learn. We don't go places because we want to do certain things that I don't want to mention here, bro. So like $51, it shows me that you have no desire to go to that place besides doing certain things. For me, $51 it's an honest fee. You know, Africans, like I told you, in my country is $100 to even get denied
Right.
a visa. And Africans don't get to complain. You know, when you're talking about welcoming committees and everything, I'm like, we don't
Well,
even
yet,
talk about those
maybe
things.
the blacks will say the Africans don't complain because they are weak. They should be asking for free visa.
I mean, who you gonna ask to?
Exactly.
Who you gonna ask to? Because like the way you talk, right, is like, why are you not advocating for that? So because you saying that Africans should roll the red carpet. So why you are not advocating for that for Africans in your own country? Why you not doing that? If that's easy, why you not doing that?
Well, because
they
the
said
Africans were
the
not
best black,
enslaved.
right?
The Africans are the ones that sold the blacks. Remember, the African was friends with the white man. Don't forget that.
No, when we came here, right? When we came to the States,
that's what some of them would say.
We didn't think. I didn't even know that there was some sort of tension between blacks and white. You know, everybody got along well, and
right.
So I don't know. Out of the blue, we talking about FBA. We talking about we want our money. Is like damn, man. I'm like, I thought you guys get along well,
right?
You know. So I had to call back home and say, man, hold on, wait a minute. My black folks ain't having that in America. But
Yeah.
that made Africans think that they live well in America, right? Do you remember
So,
them days, man? When you
St. James, do you think blacks, just we give them free land in the Sahel region and call it good? Would that satisfy them?
well, you remember that guy that said you take what? If you take African out of African, whatever he said.
He said you can take African out of Africa. You can take the African out of Africa, but you can take Africa out of him.
I think he was trying to be funny and nice, you know. Ain't no Africa, ain't no black American coming to the Sahel region, man. They don't want that kind of smoke. They don't want that. You know, they're good in Kenya. They can move. They can go to Tanzania and Rwanda. You know,
But
they
you
don't want
notice
that.
they are refusing to come to the Sahel, and that's what they came from that area too. A lot of them.
They
But
do, but
they're not coming there. They want to go. You notice all the places they are picking is where the white man is concentrated.
you remember old
Secretly,
boy?
they want to be, because Natona admitted to it. He said
Absolutely.
he said
You
he's gonna
remember?
be hanging in the white neighborhood in Africa with the white people.
Right. He knows how to do that, so we know. You remember? We remember old boy when old boy came. Old boy was like, I'm gonna put BF on the map. You know, I was right there laughing with him. I'm like, damn man, BF is gonna be put on the map. Next thing you know, dude run to Kenya, man. He was
That's
running
right.
to Kenya. It was like, man, I need to get the F out of here, man. I'm like, why are you
Hey,
running? I'm
I
like,
heard they're chasing him out of Kenya now because of fake lands that he sold to people.
Afridamos, you remember one day I was on your show, Judy was like, after we BF lost somebody, Judy was telling me they was trying to school me on that dude, man. I'm like, I was laughing with Judy. I'm like, Judy, you don't know what you're talking about, man.
I
Judy
know.
was
I
trying
know.
like, man, Burkina, we. I'm like, dude, the Sahel region, we patient people, man. We very patient with you. Now we ain't got time to we ain't
Thank you,
rushing with you.
thank you,
So,
St.
but,
James.
but bro, let's be honest, man. Listen, there's too many videos about free stuff, man.
Yeah, that's
So,
why we're here to break it down. So
right. Thanks
yeah.
for bringing me. Like, I hope that people through those videos, you gotta understand your situation is not the worst. There are a lot of people who are going through those situations and they're not even talking about it because there's no need to talk about it. Because if you feel like you're the best, I hope they are the best because I like the best. Show and prove that you are the best. Don't display your weakness for the other Africans to see. You know, it's not gonna
Just
work
make
for you,
sure.
bro.
Let's make sure there's some Chinese restaurants set up there. We will get the
Bro,
best customers. Thank you,
Alpha
St.
Damas,
James.
when you see a Chinese man in America, ask them who are your best customers. They will tell you Black American. I swear to Allah, they will tell you that. So they love them Chinese food, man. Bro,
Thank you.
thank you very much, man.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Oh man, Judah, what happened to you, Judah? You see, this is what happened. I've been telling you that you need to fix that Mormon, internet of yours. You should stop trying to steal your internet from the Church of Mormon, the Mormon people over there. Guys, while we're coming to the end of this show, I was waiting to let Judah speak. Hopefully he calls here before I close, because I'm about to close out. But you guys have heard all the speakers. They all took their time and, just let you know exactly, what they are thinking. Some of them are pretendians. Natona said he is not, you guys heard him. He said he's Indian. And he's Indian. So 1 minute he's Indian, another minute he is, black. But what we know to be true is he just ain't African. He don't want to accept that one. And then we have some who believe they are African, but they want special treatment. So please make sure you save your money, Save your $51 when you go into Kenya, because they would charge you $50 and $1 for the processing fee. It's not by race. You know, the white people gotta pay it too. So until next time, I'm your host, Afridamus. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.